we've got unfinished business.
With that, we're set for our 5th meeting all time between the Diablos and the Matadors. Our broadcast presenting sponsor, Mears Mazda, brings us to a packed Lowry Field. Estimated fan attendance? Maybe a record breaker. With playoff implications on the line, we should be expecting a big-time performance. Welcome into the booth. Deb Mort here alongside the man, John Bocanegra. Pumped to have you up here again once again, dude. And this is the biggest game of the year without question.
Match day in the 806. Playoff implications just started. Not even today, last week coming into this match, and the energy is high, the expectation is high, the competition is going to be high too.
Yeah, it's a must-win for both of these teams. There will be a sense of urgency to be the one setting the tone, to be the one putting the pressure on each other tonight, because both teams, it is a must-win.
Oh, absolutely. Coach Mizuraka talked to us earlier about dominating just from the start. Don't even get Denton a chance to get themselves settled, but more so settle yourself down first before you actually start getting into business. And today's the only thing that matters.
Absolutely. Think about now. The moment is now, not El Dustico this upcoming week in 48 hours. The time is now, and because you need points. Right now where they're stacking up in the standings, the Matadors are sitting 5th, and I believe the Diablos are sitting 2nd, and it's anybody's race right now. And so whatever happens in these last 2 matches will dictate what happens in the future for both these games, or for both these teams. But as of right now, this is the last home match, and the Matadors don't want this to be the last home match.
I mean, basically the top 5 teams in the conference are battling for the top 4 positions in the playoffs. Yeah, you have the playoffs at stake too, but Lubbock is looking to host a game just to kind of get – I mean, we want the fans back out here for sure.
Right.
We want to be back out here. But it's more than just getting a spot in the playoffs. You don't want to end up on the road in a bad situation that you saw last weekend with Lubbock.
100%.
But you, for sure, want to make sure that you claim at least a 1-2 seed in this.
That's the big deal, right? Home field advantage, especially when you have nearly 5,000 people, which if you get a look at the stands here tonight, we're going to be pushing close to 5,000 people. It is Fan Appreciation Night presented by Whataburger, and we're thankful for Whataburger for this awesome night tonight. Kickoff is going to be 95 degrees. It is a warm one here. By the end of the game, it's going to be about 88. 20% chance of rain. Knock on wood, knock on something, because we don't want that delay to happen again.
Yeah, we were here for the last one, and
it was rough.
Yeah, bedtime was passed for that night for sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that is true. Both teams, though, coming into this game, John, are coming off of a loss, and both teams were on a good stretch coming into this. The Matadors on an impressive win streak, and the Diablos are coming into town off of an insane game, that to say the least, losing to West Texas FC 6-3. It went into the next day. That's how long that game went, and they want to get that taste out of their mouth.
Late start for that one, and probably one of the highest scoring matches in the NPSL, and easily in the Lone Star Conference too. Back and forth action, just one goal after another. And does that set the tone for Denton to come out and say, hey, you know what, we are a defensive-minded team that doesn't do things like that, doesn't give up goals like that, and they can score in bunches as we've seen throughout the season. But for sure, tonight the tone for them is we need to execute like the #1 team that we were at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was, like John said, it was a back-and-forth game, 3-3, and then all of a sudden West Texas just kind of ran with it. And so you know the Matadors saw that on film and maybe are trying to do the same thing that West Texas did. On the other side, though, the Matadors did drop a game on the road. When you win on the road, it's a big deal. They did have 2 games on the road. They won the first one against Laredo Heat, and then went to Brownsville. You know, as a fan, that might be my most hated rival, or, you know, just because they eliminated us from the playoffs last year. But that was a tough road loss. But you got to pick yourself back up, because you blink and it's game time again.
You talked about from a fan's perspective, a lot of fans, they saw it. This team didn't look like the team that we saw, 4 games prior to that.
Right.
Lubbock looked like the team that we saw out of the gates, struggling to maintain possession, off to a very slow start, and just had trouble getting into the second half and even getting into the attacking half of the field. They ended up creating opportunities for a good 45 minutes, but they didn't execute like we know they can, and they're going to bring it all tonight.
So I buried the lead on you here tonight. This is the second time that these two teams have faced off with each other. The Matadors went on the road, picked up the 2-1 victory in Denton the last time these two teams played, back in mid-June, I believe. And Cisco had himself a night, scoring 2 of his goals. But what is it like playing a team a second time? Because it's hard to beat a good team once. Can you do it again if you're the Matadors?
The mindset, Coach Mizuraka talked about it too. It's different. Yeah, we met this team before, but the stakes are higher.
They are.
Of course, He doesn't look to the end of the season. He doesn't look at the schedule, but he knows it's in place there for sure. But it's all about execution tonight. Yeah, they were this team that didn't play that well. Lubbock dominated possession and was able to basically cut off any outlet to the goal that Denton wanted. But it's different tonight. The tone is different. The atmosphere is different. The stakes are different.
It's different, and you could feel the energy and the intensity here. It's a whiteout here tonight out at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. And when we return from this small commercial break here on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube, we will give you your starting lineups and your keys to victory on what both of the teams need to do to be able to secure a victory tonight in Lone Star Conference play. So we'll be right back here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. It's game day, baby. We'll be back with more right after this.
We do it for family. We do it for friends. We do it for new homes. We do it for a brighter future. We grow for you. We are Alliance Credit Union, and we grow for people, not profit.
Hey, Mom.
Mazda.
Mazda.
Mazda. The Mazda CX-5. It's made to move you.
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment matters.
And with that, we are back here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. We're getting ready for first kick as the Denton Diablos are here in town, set to face off with the Lubbock Matadors. It is a must-win, and we cannot stress that enough for both of these teams heading in tonight. So we have some new names on the starting 11 for the Matadors, but we're going to get into the Diablos starting 11. So let's go ahead and take a look at that graphic as we're getting ready for this first kick moments away. Of course, we do have a big first kick coming up with Aaliyah Chavez, the number one ranked point guard for the class of 2025. Here's your starting 11 for the Diablos, and that elite logo, John. You got Minion, Malario, Newberry, T, Mays, Cerna, McGill, Goyen, Nava, O'Donnell, and Naguib. There is your starting 11. John, who is a name you need to know for the Diablos?
Cooper T, you pointed it out when we were taking our notes. Top scorer for that team. Be on the lookout for him making runs.
Yeah, I was looking on the social media channel for the Diablos, and I saw a goal by a guy that instantly I knew he was him. His name's Ashwin Minion. He's number 12 for him. He's a defender, but the goal he scored was elite. I had to give him a shout out today. That is my player you need to know for the Denton Diablos. On the other side, the Lubbock Matadors, John, a lot of familiar names, not a lot of rotation, but Jack Pasco is now back in the starting 11, and that's big time because he's big for the Matadors.
He's back. Lorvro's back. Shout out to Horvat for making it back into the starting lineup. Saad is back for those wondering about the injury news there, and then we have Adam Salama back in the net.
And I know, was it Coach told us that Adonis was making his way back as well. And so a lot of these guys this season have seen a lot of minutes for the Lubbock Matadors. And when guys and teams play together and they have a lot of minutes together, it's when the continuity happens. And that's why you've started to see the little streak that they've gone on.
It's funny. It's not necessarily a formula or anything. It's, hey, these guys play well together. They know what they're supposed to be doing. They know where we're supposed to be at. And everyone understands their assignment. And we got most of that squad back, too. The subs are looking good, too, as well. I mean, we talked about Nico with Coach earlier. Mizuraka was telling us, hey, he looked impressive to make the final 18, and these guys are ready.
Yeah, Nako Amari. He's a big-time name, and all these guys have been playing so hard, and I could not make the final call in the 18 because it's too tough to do every week. I know we're getting ready for our first kick as the players are down there on the pitch right now with the young players getting ready to get things rolling here as we're 5 minutes out from first kick. Of course, Aaliyah Chavez is the person that has the honors of being the first kick tonight. She's the #1 point guard in the class of 2025, averaged over 30 points a game this last season at Monterey. Wins a bunch of things on their travel circuits, you name it, she's big time.
Yeah, you were talking about if I could take her one-on-one, being a basketball player myself. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No, she's elite at what she does. I could tell you that. I've had the opportunity to watch her play as a sophomore and as a junior, and anxious to see her play as a senior. Of course, today's broadcast is sponsored by Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership. At Mears, you'll find the best inventory, the best process, and the best prices. Since 1971, our focus is to provide our clients with an exceptional buying experience. Go see our friends at Mears Mazda Volvo today. And it looks like they're about to start the national anthem. Here's our national anthem presented by the Lubbock Youth Symphony Orchestra. They're waiting for us on the field, and they got unfinished business is what they just played on the PA. I'm anxious to hear this, John. You know, I was wanting to talk to Coach Mizuraka about the various national anthems and the different types of national anthems that you've heard over the years, and I'm excited to hear this one. This will be a first for me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. Here is our national anthem. For our national anthem, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. Got multiple mascots out here tonight as well. 3 of them, and it's Whataburger night. So you see Whata Guy down there, and then Armstrong has their mascot down there, hanging out with the fans. We're so grateful that you're joining us tonight on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube tonight, share it with your friends. Let's grow the audience, and let's interact. We want to hear from you tonight on the broadcast and on the chats because that's what makes it fun. It's getting to interact with you because without the fans, we're not up here. See Zach Arnold coming in with a comment saying, Vamonos Diablos. Love to see Zach in the comments section already. Current temperatures getting ready for this first kick is 95 degrees. A slight breeze coming out of the south heading north. A huge flag. Of course, we have a big day coming up tomorrow. It's the 4th of July. And so you love to see this. I believe the Mozos were putting this on here tonight. John, would you confirm? I think so.
Yeah, they had a special TIFO out there for those that don't know. It's a banner and or decoration that usually hangs in the stands, and a lot of effort and work went into this one. I'm surprised.
They kept it a secret from me, too, which is
I was
smart
gonna say,
on them.
I'm surprised they actually kept the secret as long as they did.
They kept it a secret from me. Oh, here's our national anthem. We're going to go ahead and mute our mics and honor our country with this beautiful rendition of the national anthem.
Orchestral player and teacher. Critics have praised her performances as brilliant and eloquent. Born in Arlington Heights, Illinois, Ms. Halix Boyle began playing the violin as a child as an alumni at the University of Southern California at the Juilliard School. She currently serves as an associate professor of violin at Texas Tech University. see her next at the Lubbock Symphony's tribute to Selena Quintanilla on September 7th. Tickets are available now at LubbockSymphony.org. Thank you, Annie.
There, John, and that's a great way to start off the regular season finale for the Lubbock Matadors.
I'm sad. This is the last home match on the fixtures.
Yeah.
Or is it?
I don't know. It comes down to how the Matadors finish out and how the Lone Star Conference finishes out.
There's another game that we do need to be watching for tonight. West Texas FC playing Fort Worth.
I think our goal is to give a halftime update. Is that correct?
Yes, and then Laredo versus Brownsville, which is that's a 1-3 matchup, actually. And that's their Clásico. That's their rivalry match.
Right. Man, I love seeing all those little kids running off the field, being a part of the game day experience. That's really cool to see. Of course, we talk about the game day experience all the time. And if you want to have the game day experience, make sure to visit the Lubbock Matadors website to fill out an inquiry, or a Matadors representative can contact you, of course, maybe for the possibility for the future. Going to some of the comments here on YouTube. Kelly saying, let's go Denton. Gavin Martinez saying, let's do that soccer. I like that. Suzanne Thompson, it's 1:45 in England, but couldn't miss the last game of the season. Come on, Tomo.
Tomo.
Yeah, you got to love Tomo. It was a good interview on the coach's show, and I believe Suzanne was watching that day, too.
I was a little jealous that you got to talk to him. He is just a ball of energy, and he's captain for a reason.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you one that I was jealous that you got to talk to.
Salama?
Yeah, dude. You're in safe hands. Again, we're live here at Lowry Field on My Lubbock TV as well as on YouTube, and we're so grateful for everybody. Denton's last game, they played West Texas. We kind of talked about that in the preview. They're coming off a loss. The Matadors coming off a loss as well. And so we're going to see the best shot from both of these teams. John, let's get into the keys to victory coming in tonight, because I know we're probably a handful of minutes out from getting this thing rolling.
4-1-2-3. Denton likes to play 4 in the back. That formation allows them to dominate the middle, dominate possession, and just attack from both sides, kind of stretching Lubbock wide. And that's what you're going to see from Denton tonight. Keep your defensive shape. Make sure Lubbock doesn't get a chance to run downhill, because we know Lubbock can do that. Do not allow comfortability. Don't let Lubbock get comfortable. I should have just said that.
Yeah.
But Denton doesn't need Lubbock to get comfortable, because as soon as Lubbock gets settled, and we saw it roughly over the last 2-game stretch on the road, Lubbock looked great against Laredo, but against Brownsville just kind of came out flat. Just didn't look comfortable at all. Maybe they had some sparing chances for that, but Denton does not need Lubbock to get comfortable. And the last thing, Denton scores early, fire away. Any chance you get to look at the net, just take a shot. Have at it. Test Salama. Make sure he's staying on his lines. Make sure he's staying honest.
one of the stats that really stood out to me, John, coming into this game, whenever we were learning about Denton and refreshing our numbers coming into this, they score first 7 out of their 8 games that there are 9 games that they've played this season. They're really good at scoring first, and that can make a big difference in the momentum and the flow of a game.
Yeah, they lost 3-6 in their last game against West Texas FC. But they were still scoring. That was the worst part about that, is they were still putting the ball in the back of the net. And when goal differential comes down to a tiebreaker, especially coming down the stretch heading into the playoffs, that matters a lot tonight.
Yeah, talking about goal differential, right? The Matadors, I think, are +4 or +3.
It is +4.
And that's a huge stat. The Denton is +5. The eye-popping one, though, is FC Brownsville. They're +12, John, and sole possession of first place with 17 points.
Depending on what happens again against Laredo tonight in their Clasico match, a lot of things can happen to the table in the next 90 minutes.
Aaliyah Chavez out there, Lubbock superstar, the Monterey Plainsman, about to have her first kick. #1 point guard in the country for the class of 2025. I'm anxious to see, I've seen the way she shoots the basketball. Of course, she's #1 in the country for a reason, right? Averaging 30-plus points a game. But how does a basketball player kick a soccer ball? I'm excited to see it.
It's all in the footwork.
It is, and I had to learn that the hard way as a player. You don't kick it straight on. You gotta have a little touch to it.
No, don't toe poke it.
We'll see it. And she didn't. Good kick there. There's our first kick by Aaliyah Chavez.
Natural athlete.
Yes. Another good thing about her, though, great person. Great person. John, the fans are filling in still here, John, and I would say this is our largest crowd to date. And, of course, they're still coming in. And so that's exciting to see.
If I had to bet, yeah, we're hitting 5K tonight for sure.
The Mozo's Pyro crew. Okay. Oh, there they go. Now they got them going. They got the little smoke guns going. Of course, they wanted to, in the coaches show, we talked about it, John. The players wanted to see how many they have, and this is the day where the Mozos bring all of them.
I know the buzz at the pregame that we were just hanging out with everybody at, they want to see goals from Lubbock, and that's one of the keys to victory, actually.
Why don't you get into the keys to victory for Lubbock as we're getting ready for first kick?
First and foremost, settle yourself into the game. Make sure you're relaxed. Make sure your guys aren't trying to do too much. Maintain possession. Get clean passes going. Make sure you settle yourself down in the early 15. Pressure defensively. We know Denton can score. And the last time these two teams met, Lubbock did a fantastic job at making sure they were cutting down passing lanes for that. Great opportunities, too, is the last key to victory. Oh, foul there on Evan Howard.
Yep. Instantly, too, right?
Create opportunities. Make sure that you're actually taking advantage of those lanes and put that ball in the back of the net.
The history between these two clubs is rather short. This is the 5th match between these two clubs. And, John, I must say it's been kind of one-sided. The last 2 games of the first season for the Lubbock Matadors was against Denton, and they beat the Diablos in back-to-back games to close out the season. A free kick here, and it's going to be Will Rodriguez and Jack Pasco.
Little trickery here. Let's see if something from the training ground pops up.
They were intense in the training ground. I'll finish our segment there on the history between these two clubs as Howard gets his head on it, heading it back into the center, and Denton's gonna head it out, firing on goal, and that's gonna do it. We are less than a minute in, and G-O-A-L, goal for the Matadors. Lago Luis, he's dancing on him right in front of their bench. What a start. In the 52nd mark of this game, we see our first goal.
Ian McGill caught flat-footed. Lago Luis hammering that strike into the back of the net, uncontested in the box. What a way to start the match.
You know, we just said the stat, John, and we always talk about the announcer jinx that Denton, 7 out of their 9 matches this season, they've scored first. The Matadors didn't want to have any of that.
I don't want to say we have that much power.
I don't know. Yeah, I was actually going to talk about the curse as I continued to talk about the history between these two clubs. Again, it's the 5th matchup between these two, and the Matadors have beaten them all 4 times coming into this. Beating them 2-1, 3-1 in the first season rather. Fast forward to last season, the Matadors went to Denton and just absolutely dominated, beating them 5-0. And then this year, they had a 2-1 victory back on June 20th. Of course, Denton is the 2021 NPSL National Champions, and so if you have a record like that against a team that has that kind of trophy case, you're doing something right.
I believe that was Riley O'Donnell with the late challenge there. Very slow to get up.
John, I'm on my feet, dude. That like got me so excited about the start of this game.
I mean, we talked about it. The energy just straight out the gate, off the jump, off the rip, whatever you want to say. Lubbock came out firing. That ball was served in to Evan. I mean, put on the money, basically. Evan found a way to get that ball back into the box. Denton's defense didn't really do a good job of clearing it out, and it allowed Luis, as we have a Denton player down there.
Yes.
But it allowed Luis to get that shot on the goal, wide open opportunity for him, too.
And there's so many different playmakers on this team for the Lubbock Matadors. If you look at the roster, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 8 people that have scored goals this season for you. That's Luis's 3rd goal this season. And that tells you the depth that this team has. You can't leave anybody open out there, especially with the kind of leg that Luis has. Signature stack corner kick, signature stack your one-stop man shop. That's our first signature stack corner kick of the game, and we'll have a throw in there. A little too strong, John.
Trying to expose the back post there. Salama just covering everything, and just a little bit underneath the ball for Denton on that one.
John, did you know tonight's matchup between the Lubbock Matadors and the Denton Diablos is Fan Appreciation Night presented by Whataburger?
I do now.
Yeah, they're giving out things to the fans all night long through our amazing partners who support the club. We saw some Gatorade bottles given out early on. I saw a bunch of Whataburger things. Tonight's the night where we celebrate our fans, and we're super grateful for them. Going back to some of the comments here on the comment screen as the Matadors are pushing forward again. Oh, right up the side. Just a little too strong of a touch. See Saad Faiz right there down on the ground. And
just back from injury. I believe he had a groin injury there. Heavy ball played into the box, and keeper's within his right to pull it in like that. Saad just couldn't get out of the way as he's still down on the field.
Yeah, and that's somebody you don't want to see down because he makes his impact on the pitch is felt when he's out there. As we see him down there on the field, getting up. Going to the comments here, Keeping Thunder saying 450 here in Alaska. Still got to support my team. That's big time. Clear as can too. That is an awesome username. Viva Los Matadors, let's go.
Hey.
Isabel Tomas saying Iago Luis. And then Jimmy Bocanegra saying, yeah, Matadors, give us mas. Give us mas.
See Denton, of course, spreading their formation to both touchlines. A lot of people playing up, actually, 4 up top for Denton. Basically just trying to make something happen here. Again, Lubbock cutting out the passing lanes. This is what we talked about pre-game.
Yeah, and that's Lovro Horvat. You know, one of the first times we're seeing him get a lot of minutes, and he's one of the returning players for the Matadors, and was a great interview on the coaches show the other day.
He was so happy to be back in Lubbock and to be just around the team and talking to guys chiming in. We had the Great Wall of Lubbock commenting.
Dude, that was nuts, right? Sammy Gomez coming in, and then we had Mitar Mitrovic commenting.
Oh, Mitar, yeah, that was awesome.
Yep, and then I got to quote the Mozos, you know, wherever we are, we'll follow, we'll follow. It was fun to see.
But yeah, great for Horvat coming in, just getting minutes. Denton with a little bit of a press here. Oh, through ball, not on the same page.
Salama here gonna boot it back to midfield. Evan Howard there, great fielding right there, man. As he's hitting that corner. As John would say, he's running like a gazelle.
He is, and he still has the ball in possession.
He's crossing, yep. Talk about grit and fight and battling for that right there, John, as he had a defender draped all over him, but he still managed to make it down the sideline.
He took a huge tumble and is kind of slow to get up there. Just on the corner flag there, holding his ankle.
Yep, you see it kind of right there, kind of got bumped.
Yeah, feet just getting tangled up there a little bit. He's back up. He's a tough one.
Evan Howard played in every game so far this season. He is the leading goal scorer for the Lubbock Matadors with 6. He kind of caught fire during that win streak, John, where he was in the right place at the right time for a header opportunity or for a goal, right? They've been able to find him during the win streak.
He's been the #1 too, taking penalty kicks. He did miss one over the weekend, and I know he was devastated, angered.
Yeah, and tip your cap to that defender for Brownsville, because PK saves win games. As Denton's firing there, Salama gonna let it roll out, and it will be a goal kick.
Great opportunity there for Denton.
You're in good hands with Salama.
Safe hands.
Safe hands with Salama. What'd you see there, John?
Well, you're talking about Cooper T being exciting, being a pest, getting up top and creating havoc, and he got in on the back line there. We didn't talk about it actually. With Kodai Kobayashi being out, who would normally be in that center back position, but Cooper T was able to get there and exploit, almost put that in the net, just a little wide.
Brian Malario, Cooper T, and Eduardo Serna, they each have 3 goals this season, but what's really impressive about this Denton squad is the amount of players that have scored for them this year. They've had about 10 players put the ball in the back of the net, and we talk about the Matadors' depth. Denton on this side as well has plenty of depth.
Coach Mizuraka talked about it too. Like, both these teams are almost identical to each other in terms of defensive formation, how they attack, and the grit, basically. It's going to be who has more of that tonight. And Lubbock's on top, of course, early in the match.
And the jersey color, the uniform color, they got a lot in common. Also, do you know what they have in common, John? You know, there's a bunch of owners that help make each of these clubs possible and make them great in their own way. The Matadors have a handful of owners as they're on the attack right now. Evan Howard going from right to left foot, and it gets blocked. The thing they have in common is that we share an owner in Michael Hitchcock.
Hitch?
Yes, sir. You know, the Matadors have a handful of owners. I believe Denton only has 2. And so I think that's kind of cool that we share an owner.
That's an interesting situation, actually. A little gamesmanship.
Yeah, who does he root for today?
A little gamesmanship there by Willow. Excuse me, Willie. They call him Willie in the practice.
Will Rodriguez?
That is correct.
I love how he's had a different hairstyle every game.
You wish you had a full head of hair like that, didn't you?
I'm losing my and John knows my kryptonite. He nailed it. 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes into this ball game, Matadors score within 50 seconds of this game. Maga Luis putting it from back.
Oh, great 1-2 there. Right idea with Rodriguez trying to feed it into Howard, just not on the same page with the run.
Let's get to know the foe a little bit. Denton's head coach is Ben Clarvis. Clarvis is in his first year, and he's held other coaching positions, including assistant head coach at Austin College and Quincy University. He was also an assistant coach for the Diablos in 2019 under Chad Arakestraw, where he led the team to their first road win.
See right there in the replay, late challenge there by Rodriguez.
Here comes Denton. Man, that guy's quick. Trying to cross it in the middle. Lovro Horvat, or is that Tomo? Tomo denied that. About to have a throw in here for the Lubbock Matadors. That's Lovro Horvat with the honors. He claims, John, that his apartment that he has, his 4 roommates, are the best on the entire team.
I agree with that.
He's got a...
I mean, the whole team's a bunch of a good group of dudes.
Right. I think it's fun that they compare who has the best apartment. Of course, they all live in the one.
Great switch there.
Off of Frankfurt in the loop. There's Adonis Agawe here.
Cheeky touch, a little heavy touch there.
You see it happening though, the maneuver and like.
Denton's trying to overload is what happened a second ago to get the ball to Agawe on the other side of the field. The ref did not call that a foul. That's why Denton was able to push the ball as they almost get up the field. Good job by Diego there, pulling it in.
Continuing to get to know the foe, Denton's assistant coach is Tim Trevino. He's his first-year assistant with the Diablos. Trevino has over 20 years of coaching and was a 2-time All-American at Oklahoma City University and a Hall of Famer at both his high school and his university. And another assistant is Taylor Goyen. Goyen is a current head coach at Austin College men's soccer program. There you go. We got to know the foe tonight and their coaching staff a little bit.
Turnover there. Hard touch by Adonis. And as he recovers.
And that just goes to his grit and his want to go get that ball, right? And like, you took it from me, I'm going to go take it back.
We've seen it in practice before. Coach talks about don't give up. Just because you lose the ball on your third doesn't mean that you're not tracking back. And always been doing a great job preventing Denton. They are spreading their formation so wide with 3 up top now. But Lubbock's just shutting those passing lanes down as we see another turnover here.
Yeah, here that was Saad Faiz giving it to Evan Howard. Scratch that, wasn't Howard. Was that Lovro?
Correct.
trying to cross it into the middle to Evan Howard. And we're going to have our signature stag corner kick. Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop. This is the first signature stag corner kick for the Matadors tonight. And they're a team that has slowly started to find their groove with the corner kicks, right? They've been able to connect and convert on at least a couple of them this season.
Lobro's foot just gets stuck in the turf a little bit. Great little layoff ball there by Saad.
Saad Faiz will have the signature stag corner kick.
Obviously, you'll see number 22 fighting in the pit there.
On a great one right there, the header. Ooh, just a little bit off. That was a thing of beauty right there by Saad Faiz. Great spot, and we're gonna have another signature stag corner kick. This time it's gonna be Jack Pasco with the honors. Got a lot of good comments here on the YouTube live stream. Super grateful for everybody. John, we never set a goal for our subscriber count.
We did not. That one just sails overhead.
Yep, trying to go to that top corner, back corner right there, and
Howard just a little bit late getting there too. Great delivery though. The keeper, I'm surprised actually that McGill didn't come out to snatch that.
CT Cooper 99 saying, let's go Diablos. Love to see you on the chat tonight.
Hey.
As well as Brianna Chov 3 saying, electric commentary, keep it up.
Thank you.
Trying to end the regular season with a bang right before the 4th of July.
It's an electric match for sure. I mean, the energy, as soon as I texted Devin earlier today and just said, I'm ready. We're ready.
We're ready. We've been ready. Speaking of
Coach Mizuraki actually said that this game didn't start today for them. It started yesterday in practice.
Yeah, and I had multiple people text me last night like, hey, the training session was intense. And when you have multiple people text you just because, that tells you it was intense, right? Because if it was kind of intense, they won't text you about it, but they're hoping that carries over here tonight. John, we're about 15 minutes into this broadcast tonight. Give us your first 15 recap.
Lubbock has we talked about them getting settled into the game, and they did it early. Something they didn't do on the road against Laredo for a little bit. And, of course, Brownsville, that game we can just forget about. But, yeah, Lubbock's doing it tonight, settled in. They look great. Denton is getting into that attacking third. They just need to have a little bit more of a build-up and maybe bring that formation in a little bit tighter, because I know what they have right now, there's the ball delivered over the top again.
Right.
Create a build-up for them. They just need a little bit more. They're literally one pass away from scoring.
Diego Vasquez coming away with that ball right there as Denton steals it away. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities between these two clubs, John. Of course, you got the owner, but then you have the trajectory that they went on when they first started as a club, right? Both of these teams are having success early on into their careers. Denton was established in 2018, officially started playing in 2019. Of course, COVID kind of threw a curveball on that, but when they came back, they won the whole thing, right? And so that kind of tells you the talent that Denton has and the ability to put out a winning product every year.
I mean, they were at the top of the table at one point this season for a reason. Don't count them out. I mean, yeah, they're down a goal, but hey, it's still a scrap. It's still a battle for the top 5 teams to place top 4. That's insane. That's insanity to me.
And that was something we talked about too with Coach Mizuraki before the game. Is shout out to Sean with Rock 101, by the way. He asked an awesome question just about the Lone Star Conference and how the top 5 teams are so good, where there's some conferences where it's only 1 or 2 teams that are good. It's going to go the other way. The Matadors are going to have the ball here. Jay Garcia on the YouTube chat saying, let's go Matadors. Of course, we're live on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube tonight. We're super grateful to be here. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, and comment with us. We want to hear where you're watching this game tonight, because we know this is the world's game, and we love to see where all of our fans are at.
Saw a little bit of a tussle in that instant replay. Just not a Lubbock, just frustrating Denton's front 3, just not allowing them to get anything. Ooh.
Saad Faiz running up there.
That's the speed and intensity that you miss. And with Saad back on the field, you're going to get it either from that end from him or Igawe on the opposite side, the bottom part of your screen there. Speedsters, speed demons against the Diablos.
Right.
Get it?
Speed kills. Next up for the Lubbock Matadors is a road game against West Texas FC. They'll be on the road on July 5th, and it's for El Dustico. The final score of that first game was 3-1, so the Matadors need to go in there and and throw a few punches, but of course they got to think about tonight. But after that, if they take care of business and go 2-0 like they would want, they could host a potential playoff game here at Lowry Field. So please stay connected to your email newsletters and social media for additional information. We're also selling our 2025 season tickets at LubbockMatadors.com. Don't miss out on your year-round benefits and discounts along with Matadors action. And John, you're a former. Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, you were talking about, as we see the foul here, just a little over the back there. Oh, he took a dip, face first into the turf. That was number 4, Charles Newberry on the challenge there. He brings the intensity too. Be on the lookout for number 4 for Denton on that back line. But Coach Mizuraka was talking to us about today's the only thing that matters. 3 points is the only thing. Anything less than that is going to be an abject failure too. With Lubbock potentially being, they're on the bubble right now, ideally. Ball sent in there to Howard. No go getting to that one. But
there was a lot of red jerseys in there.
Yeah. But Coach talked about it too. Like there's nothing less than 3 points, and that's what we want right now. That's why you saw Lubbock just came out guns blazing at the beginning, scoring before the first minute.
Yeah, 50 seconds into the game. Yaga Luis put it in. Did you know that Alliance Credit Union has served the South Plains community with lower rates and fewer fees for the last 83 years? And the best part is they're just getting started. Join the mission and enjoy the benefits of owning your financial future. Alliance is for people, not for profit. Appreciate the nice comment there by Jay Garcia on the YouTube chat. He says, you guys make this game that much better. The other broadcasts are not even close. I appreciate you, sir. That's
Thank you.
Really nice words there.
You see the middle of the field very empty for Denton. I'm really surprised that they haven't actually added another one up. Their formation should allow them to do that. A 4-1-2-3 basically allows your midfield to gain possession. Denton's just playing so wide. Like there's a lot of holes in their passing lanes too.
Right. There's I had a student up here in the booth one time talk to me about perspectives, John, and we have that we have the bird's eye view perspective where we see everything. Could you imagine trying to coach down there on the pitch and try to have that perspective down there on the field?
Well, think about it like this too. They're used to seeing the game from down there too, and we saw Coach Mizuraka at one of the practices too, just kind of crouching, just getting an eagle eye. He was literally on the 40-yard line looking towards the end zone, just eyeing everything. So they see it from a different perspective. And some of them being former players too, they know exactly what they're looking at. So, I mean, yeah, it's great to have the bird's eye though.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
That's why there's during the other football season, right? That's why they have the coaches up here with their binoculars, just like you, John. You look so cool with them, man.
I just make sure I get the numbers right too.
That's a big key too, getting names and numbers right. Gavin Martinez saying GOAT Broadcast Group. It is the GOAT. We've got a good group here. Of course, we have Lubbock ICTV here, running the cameras, punching the buttons, doing all the things to put this on the air tonight. So shout out to Lubbock ICTV for the great job that they do.
All the shout outs to LICTV.
They produce professionals over there since 1985.
Again, you see another ball just get out of reach for Denton. They look out of sorts a little bit, just not connecting passes together, just not getting out of the first phase of attack either.
Gonna have a throw in here for Will Rodriguez. Hey, we want to give a shout out to the KCBD marketing team. John, you're a part of that KCBD marketing team. They have done a total of 3 or 4 now Spanish Telemundo stories featuring the Lubbock Matadors, and they have a specific name for them. Do you remember, John?
It's just get to know the Matadors.
Just get to know the Matadors.
Translated in English.
Yeah. So shout out to you guys, though, for churning some great content on the Telemundo station for our Telemundo audience.
The lead producer and creator for that, Amber Elizondo, excellent job putting all of that together. She loves this team now, by the way, 100%.
She's out there working right now with her camera and her tripod. That's what gave me the idea to talk about it.
It was one of the best ways, and it started as an idea talking to our general manager, Dustin McCorkle, about telling these stories of these players just traveling from all over and making sure that at least the Latino voices are heard. And as soon as she heard that, she had the green light in her head, and it was all go from there.
Yeah, and she's interviewed the coaches, Coach Alvarado, to the players, and it's been some great feature stories with a lot of slow-mo video. That's what I noticed.
A lot of emotion. A lot of emotion attached to this too. I mean, because some people just see it as a game, but it's life to some of these players too. And the fact that they're able to travel the world, build these relationships. I mean, we saw it in the coaches show the other day. Like, these guys love each other.
They do.
And just, I mean, play for the man next to you, play for the one behind you, in front of you.
Yeah, fight for each other.
You see it in this team.
Salama gathering that one, and that was an impressive throw-in by the Diablos. It takes a cannon to be able to do that, man, and they were able to do it there.
It's all in the hips.
It's in the foundation, right? There's Salama right there. You're in safe hands with that guy. We're looking for an NIL deal for him when he returns to Rider University. Have we gotten approved the nickname? That's the question, and I don't think we have.
I don't think he dislikes it.
I think we would know if he disliked it.
He gave me some dap, just like dap me up.
Nice.
He's like, yeah, you guys are great. Thanks.
It's like Coach Mizuraka and his nickname, The Miz, right? He let me know right away that he hated the nickname The Miz.
He's like, that's not going to stick.
No.
More methodical attack, going back to the match. Denton just a little bit more of a build-up. Another turnover there.
Luis there battling with it. Had two defenders draped all over him. Adonis Agawe quick to throw it in.
More possession right there for Lubbock. Oh, great move there.
Yeah, the 1-2. Will Rodriguez is elite. Another great pass to Luis.
Good switch.
Yeah, kicking it out to that far side. A heavy first touch. And Saad Faiz there. John just had a big moment for me right there. But Saad Faiz, though, upset right there with himself.
Heavy first touch. I'd love to hear that from you.
The growth that I've made in the booth in the last 3 years has been fun to watch. Pasco stealing it, but then the Diablos instantly take it away.
There's 5 high for Denton right now. A little bit of room to work in the middle again. You need someone to make a run here if you're Denton.
You know, during the U.S. Open Cup, the Lamar Open Cup, the Matadors participated in this last year. And, Diablos one-on-one. Oh, man, if you're a Denton fan, you got to win that one right there, right, John?
What an opportunity. That ball sails away into the nicely trimmed grass there.
It is nicely trimmed.
A good play there. Riley O'Donnell just getting up top, normally playing in the back.
That was a 1v1, John.
Disappointing touch. Great through ball right there. As you see, just able to get into the box. Not enough curl off that left foot. Salama out, making himself giant, making that target small.
Speaking of the Cup, the U.S. Open Cup, right? The Matadors got to participate in it this year, and it was a huge thing for this organization and for this club. And, you know, winning multiple games in that, too, tells you the trajectory that this club is on as well, right, John?
Coming back, losing to New Mexico, who that resumes actually later this week.
Yeah, they're in the round of 16 now, right? They beat the Matadors 3-1. Was that correct, John? I believe it was a 3-1 victory. And then they went and played an MLS division. No, it was an MLS club division 2, though. It was New York FC 2, and mopped the floor with them. I mean, and so as a Matador fan, you're thinking, man, that's awesome.
You're losing to a team that is very well put together, very well funded, and is giving it to these other teams in higher divisions. Like, you can't be mad about that. But again, just to be invited to the U.S. Open Cup, that's a privilege in itself. But to host as many games as Lubbock did, that's incredible.
The things that these clubs are doing are pretty incredible, and it's as a fan that was here day one, seeing it and seeing the growth and the buy-in by the community is what's making it really, really fun. Again, the Matadors lead 1-0 as Lago Luis in the 50th second of the game. Putting it in, that's the current score right there.
Oh, great ball over the top there. Speed kills, as we talked about.
Yep, Saad Faiz losing his feet right there. And it looks like we might have a throw-in. Yeah, it'll be a throw-in.
Goal kick.
Oh, yes, thank you, John. Ruben Alvarado, let's go Matador. Sorry, joining late. Now, we're glad you're here, Ruben. Like I always say, better late than never, right?
Hey, why not?
Yeah. I'm glad I gave Ruben the update on how the Matador scored then.
Speaking of update, in the 16th minute right now, Laredo and FC Brownsville tied at 0. Approaching the 16.5-minute mark right now.
And if you're a fan of either one of those clubs, you need to have your eyes locked into this game and, of course, that game as well, because playoff implications, seeding, It's coming down to the wire. I'll tell you that. At the end of the day, win, baby, win. That's what Lou Holtz would say, right? And he's the one that said that?
A lot of these teams have only played about 8 games, 9 for Denton, 9 for CF10, Austin, and Fort Worth as well.
Diego Vasquez steals that one away. Just maneuvering away from the Diablos.
Lubbock again shifting the field, looking for Adonis down the line.
Man, he's quick. That's Cisco right there. Francisco Petnaroli.
That was the right idea. You see Adonis trying to make that break, the ball just not in the right place.
Cisco's another good interview, and you talk about the culture within this club. There were so many comments just talking about him in that coaches show. We knew we had to make sure the comments were on for every coaches show after that.
He's a fantastic footballer. Great in possession, great in getting his teammates involved, and a great roommate.
A great person, too, after talking with him. Adonis Agawe, that ball was stolen away. Great defense right there by the Diablos. Not allowing any separation once the defender's on them.
Numbers on that left side of the field for Lubbock. Oh, as Rodriguez tries to take his shot.
Hey, dude, I would do it, right?
Hey, why not?
He showed his leg strength right there, man. That's big time from Will Rodriguez. Hey, going back to the comments here on YouTube, just a reminder, we want to hear where y'all are watching tonight. We want to know where our fans are taking part in tonight's game, as well as the Diablos fans. Let us know who you're rooting for and where you're watching, and we'd love to read it here on the show. John, we're inching closer to the 30-minute mark, so be on standby for my update. A one-on-one opportunity again. Salama, great job getting their hand up. That was big time. John, if you play with fire, you can get burned. You're playing with fire right there, but you got a big-time goalkeeping Salama that threw up that right mitt and was able to stop it.
Trying to find the number for Denton.
They're letting it play on. The fans are not happy with Saad Faiz there on the ground.
I believe that was Jacob Goen making that little attacking run right there and just playing with fire like you said it. A little bit of a retaliation foul there.
Some pushing and shoving, and Lago Luis has got to make sure he doesn't cross the line, because that's the last thing you want.
Nico Nava getting up from Denton, not happy about that as Salama makes a save there. Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with Luis, man. He's built like a pro, man. You know, you look at him and he passes the eye test.
Oh, Nico at least probably about 15 to 20 pounds undersized in that little matchup right there.
Sean saying Wax Hot, North Carolina. Starting to see where our fans are watching from tonight. Watching while mowing. That is a talent that I could not do, John.
That's something I can get behind, actually.
Yeah. So if you've watched the Matadors this season on the broadcast this year, you've probably learned that I cannot multitask. And so
I can.
John, you were very good at it.
Score update, actually, Laredo up 1-0 on Brownsville in the 19th minute.
And we have a hydration break. Of course, hydration breaks are presented by United Express. Go check out United Expresses today. And we also want to mention Two Docks Brewing Company. They are proud to be part of bringing the world's game to Lubbock, Texas, and be the official beer sponsor of the Lubbock Matadors. Two Docks, located in the heart of the Cultural Arts District at 502 Texas Avenue, provides Lubbock and surrounding areas with artfully crafted beer. Two Docks is a family-friendly, pet-friendly, and your #1 source for fun. Stop in today and support locally crafted beer. John, my wife and I had a date night out at Two Docks not too long ago. It's a date night spot too, right?
Oh yeah, it's a great spot. Hey, if you got a pet too, take them out there.
And they are ranked I know they're in the top 10 Lubbock patios. They have a great patio that you can sit out, and they have TVs you could watch games on. They're really cool. Oh, dude, yes, the comment section is blowing up, and you'll love to see it. Ruben saying, what a save. Those kind of saves win games, John.
Absolutely.
Throwing up his right hand last second, trying to save it. That was big time. Isabel Howard saying, watching in Newcastle. Giving Thunder watching in my new home in Homer, Alaska. Well, congrats on the new home.
Hey.
That's big time. Tyler Mizuraka. Marty is watching from St. Louis. Go Matadors. Yeah, you know what? Our streak continued. Tyler, thank you for bringing up Marty. John's reading over a comment now. Of course.
I think Mr. Thunder I had a chance to have a drink with at Two Docks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Ruben watching from San Antonio, Texas, and the family watching from Mexico. That's big time. Let's see, Kobe. I guess I should say listening. What do we need to do to make the playoffs? Win or what other result? KOB, it is a win, 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 and you need a win again.
Right now, live update, Laredo up 1-0 in the 21st minute, approaching that. Brownsville's at the top of the table currently at 17 points, so Laredo winning puts them up at 19 potentially, which doesn't really help Lubbock in this situation. Beating Denton is paramount. That's the only thing that needs to happen for us right now. I don't want a Greg Burkhalter situation, United States men's national team coach, telling his team the live results of the other group stage match. We don't need any of that going on right now. But yeah, we're keeping an eye on it for you for sure.
Continuing on, yeah, and then KOB as well. If you're rooting for Denton as well, John, it's a must-win as well. Both of these teams, either way, they cannot come away with 0 or 1 point. They both want 3.
Yep. Denton wins this one, they'll be at, I might have the score wrong actually. They are currently sitting at 16 points, I believe.
The Diablos?
Correct.
Let me look. I got you here.
I
know in their last
I have it
5.
listed as 17, but they have 9 matches played, so they have a game in hand on Lubbock right now.
I have Denton at 17.
Correct. Okay, so yeah, Denton has 9 matches played. This will be their 10th. And with a game in hand, basically Lubbock can control their destiny, depending on what happens tonight, and then again against West Texas FC.
I don't want to say I feel confident, but if Denton comes away with 3 points tonight, they're a shoe-in. Would you feel like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of a different situation?
Absolutely. And then at that point, you would be thinking about hosting. So depending on what happens with Brownsville and Laredo currently, that could potentially vault Denton up to the top.
Carlos, I'll hit it. John,
Lubbock would potentially be playing spoiler in this scenario at West Texas FC. By if they make them lose or tie, they could mathematically be out of the playoffs.
Will Rodriguez there throwing a leg out, and the Diablo soared that one right there. Fans watching in Honduras, says Carlos. Watching from North Carolina too, says K Noob. Casey Johnson, I'm watching from England. I'd love to see it.
Shout out to Kings Mountain, by the way, North Carolina. They got friends there.
Suzanne Thompson, all Lubbock has to do is score more goals than they do. That sounds exactly like what my dad would say.
It's plain and simple, too. Coach Mizuraka talked about it. We want to simplify this. We want to be the aggressors in this match, and we want to score. He said a couple.
Yeah.
He meant a few. He said a couple, but I know like Lubbock's trying to be pedal to the metal right here.
All right, we didn't give our 30-minute update, John. What are your thoughts on what we've seen so far in this first half as the Denton Diablos are firing right there, and we'll have a goal kick?
Denton woke up.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Plain and simple. Cooper T getting involved. We talked about Nico Nava. Jacob Goyen, in particular, having that 1v1 against Salama. As we see that shot there on the replay, just a little wide. Ideally, you don't want to be taking that with your left foot from that angle, but if that's your dominant foot, have at it.
Salama's been a busy man tonight. I can tell you that. And really, since after that first goal, right, I feel like he's been out there making spectacular play after spectacular play.
Keep holding his line, too, is the most important thing. I know great defensive pressure right there for Lubbock as they turn it over.
Yep, Pettinaroli took it away and then instantly frustrated. Oh, and here you go, offsides. And as you see, Salama there on the ground, holding his right knee, it looks like. The Diablo players trying to help him up. It's cramp season. Here's your look at it right there.
Great save. Better attack from Riley O'Donnell on that one. I have him listed at number 22. I know that changes, but O'Donnell in there with a diving run. That's the best position you want to be in too, but putting the ball, kind of want to keep it a little bit outside if you're playing that near post there.
See the training staff for the Lubbock Matadors coming to check on him. Looks like he's grabbing his hamstring a little bit, stretching it out. Going back to some of the comments here on the comment section. Of course, if you're watching on My Lubbock TV and you're confused by what is the comment section, we have a live comment section on the YouTube channel for the Lubbock Matadors, and it's a great way to interact with our fans.
Hey, watch both. Get those numbers up for us. Thank you.
Dude, you know what I was thinking the other day? My family's here tonight, like your family when they come to the games.
Oh, yeah.
Just bring your earbuds and listen to us so we can have more people listening, and then you're watching it. You get the double win.
I'm for that.
You know, you see those people at like Texas Tech football games that do that. You know, why not here? Connor Martin, with the U.S. and Mexico out. John, this question's for you.
Okay.
Who's your pick to win the Copa America?
That's a tough one. I have to get back to you on that one. I haven't seen the updated
that might be a halftime look.
Yeah, give me halftime for that one.
Samantha Pascoe saying Sam Pascoe watching from Wales. And then KOB, can you believe that the NPSL has a better, I don't know. I'm gonna get back to the action here as the Diablos get that ball taken away from them, and Luis here flipping sides.
The NPSL has a better VAR than CONMEBOL, which is the North American Referee Association.
Okay, that's why I handed the phone off to you, man. Diego Vasquez sending that up to Adonis Agawe. Has a lot of space in front of him. That's a guy I wouldn't want to give some space to.
Great run down the line, getting into the box very quickly.
Ooh, and that's going to be a signature stag corner kick, I believe. Lovro Horvat coming from that far right side, had the step on the defender.
With this formation as wide as Denton is playing, they're still allowing Lubbock's players to get in there, and just another attacking run, just straight line. All gas, no brakes for Horvat as he almost had another goal opportunity there.
Here's your signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop. Saad Faiz with the honors here. It's a great ball. Headed out by the Diablos. Two Diablo defenders are right there, John, ready to head that thing out of there.
Almost on the money for Agawe, too.
Ooh,
great dribbling.
Yeah, through traffic.
Another open.
Yeah, Vasquez.
Oh, that one sails through.
That one sails, yep. If we were playing American football, that'd be 3 points, but I average that once a game. If you had your bingo card out tonight, there's that.
So, someone should make that.
We should make a TV bingo card.
Someone really should make that.
Because there's those guarantees that you love to see it as one of those two that needs to be on there. Here's Denton here coming up with it.
Oh, great move there.
John, I think this first half is everything and more that we've wanted coming into this game, right?
High intensity, high energy.
A bunch of anticipation too, right?
This is practically a playoff match right here.
Yeah, the playoffs don't start. Oh, and again, Denton with another 1v1. Salama acting big and sending that out. It's going to be a corner kick. That's the key to being a good goalkeeper, right? Get big, and he did.
Jacob going on that ball. Oh, that was Riley O'Donnell, excuse me. As you see him just bringing that in. Trying to cheat Salama on the near post, too. They catch him off his line a little bit, but it looks like they're trying to make sure that he's staying on his line, not coming out.
Now the signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shot for the Diablos. It's their second one of the match. When they had a lot of good spin on it right there, John. It looked like it was going to spin in if a Matador didn't get their head on it.
A little bit of miscommunication there by Diego and Salama there.
Roger, to answer your question, so he's talking about the score bug being big as Iago Luis getting it out front, trying to get it to Saad Faiz, and Denton comes away with it. Going back to Roger's comment here, talking about the ticker, or the score ticker being big, and I think this is like our third or fourth rendition of it, trying to shrink it down, and so we'll relay it again to our awesome team, but I think not something we can do live.
I think it's a good size there.
Yeah.
You're still able to see the action at the top of the screen.
Right. And then Ruben comes in saying everything's bigger in Texas.
Hey, there you go.
I like that.
Ball over the top here for Denton. Oh, Salama's way out.
Yeah, and I think that's the second or third time, John, where I've looked down and he is way out there. he's not afraid to test the boundaries on how far to go out as a goalkeeper.
Absolutely not, and that man is a competitor.
He's fierce. Looking at him right there.
He's going to make you think about it for sure.
I remember the first game of the year coming into the broadcast. We were asking coaches about who we needed to know because we didn't know the team yet. And Salama was, if not the first, the second name mentioned right out. And he said this guy's going to be a pros pro one day.
I hope we get to see that, and then we can say that we had him here.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like Sam Gomez too, right?
Oh, yeah.
With him, I believe he's with St. Louis's MLS team, like the second division of them. And so,
who's linebacker University? Penn State?
I think so. And as you hear the Mozos doing, where you go, we'll follow, right? As we're talking about Sam Gomez.
My question is Lubbock goalkeeper central?
Ooh.
We just produce excellent goalkeepers coming out.
I don't know.
Here?
I like that. You're in safe hands with that guy, though. I know that. That is a genuine question that we might pitch to the general manager because I think that might put a smile on his face. Saad Faiz battling for that there. Tip your cap to the defender there for Charles Newberry going 1v1 with Evan Howard. He out-jumped Evan Howard.
He's
right
giving
there.
Howard the business. He's sizing up with him pretty well, too. That's a great matchup to watch out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Newberry. I haven't been able to watch much of that matchup because I'm watching everything else, but what I saw there was quite impressive.
Battling. It's like two Rams just hitting horns, smashing horns together. Opportunity here for Denton.
Ball in the box. Trying to go top right.
Always rising.
It's a theme with tonight. Have you noticed that, John? Every shot that, besides the first one, right, has been rising on him today.
Number 25, Eduardo Serna taking that shot. Just not happy underneath the ball. Defense closing in, just rushed it a little bit as he kicks it into the track.
Here's Salama here. I'm looking at the fourth official here getting ready to announce our extra time, and it looks like he's about to announce 8 minutes.
I don't think that's correct.
That's insane if it is. I know we did have one hydration break as Howard heads that one ahead. Newberry. And I think that's going to be a corner kick. Nope, it's going to be a goal kick.
Great
See
job
that battle again.
We'll be talking about that matchup. Howard just imposing his will, but it's weird to see somebody else actually doing the same to him.
What he normally does to everybody?
Correct. There was a distinct size advantage there for Newberry. With Howard on his back, too, not being able to at least post him out and make sure he didn't get the ball. Great job there by Newberry.
Speaking of great jobs, you know who does a great job every time? Whataburger. Make sure to go check them out because tonight's match is presented by them. Did you know that they have iced coffee? Well, they do now at all their locations. Saad Faiz! Woo! Getting me excited right there, man.
In the middle of the ad read.
I was getting excited about Whataburger, but I should be excited about the match happening down there. This new refreshing, though, pick-me-up from Whataburger. The iced coffee will be served all day, every day, along with an all-new hot coffee blend for a caffeine fix whenever you need it. Go Matadors and go see our friends at Whataburger.
Ian McGill yelling, absolutely irate at his back line, and for good reason, too. Very slow getting back, and Saad just almost walks into the net.
As I'm doing an ad read.
McGill is, I'm pretty sure, glad that Saad got underneath that ball and hit it with his toe, but he is not happy.
They launched that ball right there, flipping the field. And that, John, that Tomo did a good job right there on that on that Diablo. Not doing too much in that moment, right?
Great ball served in there to number 22. Excuse me, that was number 23, Jacob Goen.
It's been a battle here tonight in this first. Got 3 minutes of extra time, not 8. I'm glad he changed it because I was like, man, there's been a few stoppages.
That would be incredible. That's the Premier League levels of stoppage time.
Yeah. Pasco there heading it. Make sure you take your Tylenol before a game because these guys are out there putting their head on the line. Coming your way during the halftime is we're going to have a halftime show coming your way. Me and John are going to be in here talking all things football in this game. Of course, tonight's match is presented by Whataburger. No interview today, John, because they're out there on the field doing giveaways and presenting different things to the fans. And
it's
so
fan appreciation night.
Yeah, they're out there for the fans tonight. They don't need to be here in the booth with us. So you're gonna get me and John during halftime today.
We got some scores to go over.
Yep.
An update on the Laredo-Brownsville game.
And I think we brush on the standings again and emphasize the importance of this match. Salama, the header. That's going to be a question of where he caught it at. What a great catch. What a save. Right place, right time. Again, you're in safe hands with Adam Salama. Holy cow.
Incredible. That is absolutely incredible.
The cross.
The header almost across the touchline there. A little bit of a protest, too, from Denton.
Would the side judge be the one that makes that call?
Yeah, you have him kind of tracking the last defender on the line.
Yeah.
But obviously the head ref, another good turn there by Denton. The
Denton putting some pressure on here in this extra time.
The head ref making the ultimate decision there.
Okay. You know, I think this is probably my 20th broadcast. And that's the first I've seen a situation like that.
Oh, great touch there. Denton providing the overload on defense as we go into the half.
And that's going to do it for the first half. Matadors scoring in the first minute, just 50 seconds in. Laga Luis puts it in, and that's going to do the score for the first half. John, I would say give me your thoughts, but we have an entire halftime show coming our way.
Okay.
So when we return here on My Lubbock TV and on the Lubbock Matadors YouTube channel, we'll have our halftime show presented by Whataburger and our friends at Mears Mazda. We'll be back with more at Lowry Field right after this.
Why do we grow? We do it for family. We do it for friends. We do it for new homes. We do it for a brighter future. We grow for you. We are Alliance Credit Union, and we grow for people, not profit.
Hey, Mom.
Mazda?
Mazda.
Mazda. The Mazda CX-5. It's made to move you.
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
Road and Track calls Mazda a unique blend of quality, reliability, and style. But what we'd really like to know is, what will you say?
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment matters.
Streaming for today's game is brought to you by Mears Mazda Volvo, Lubbock's locally owned luxury dealership. Since 1971, our focus at Mears is on our clients. We want them to enjoy their experience and find the vehicle that's right for them and ultimately be glad they came to Mears. Go see our friends off of Spur 327 today. John, I was recently actually over there not too long ago. That parking lot is slammed. They got every kind of vehicle that you would want, new, used, you name it. Our friends at Mears have it.
If I needed one, I'd go right over there.
Yes, thankfully, we don't need one, right? But
Oh,
if we did, we knew where to go because Mears is so big time. Speaking of big time, Lago Luis, 50 seconds in, he was big time. That's the only score that we saw here in the first half.
Settle into the game was one of the keys to victory for Lubbock for me, and they wasted no time getting settled. They did the right things, had the perfect buildup, found a lane to exploit, and put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, the stat of the night coming into it for me was that Denton was 7 for 9, scoring first in their games. Lubbock didn't have that tonight. They finished the year 7 for 10 because the regular season will be over for them after tonight. Of course, Lubbock has West Texas FC. Moments ago, if you had the chance to see what's going on down on the field right now, it is Fan Appreciation Night. Shout out to the fans because we're super grateful for them.
I mean, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. The team wouldn't feel the love and support if it wasn't for them. And they basically fuel and give Lubbock a reason to have a football club and for the players to have something to play for.
Yeah, so right now you're looking at them throwing some French fries and a Whataburger fry canister there. There's What a Guy right there. That's a pretty elite mascot for Whataburger. Can you name me another restaurant with a mascot? I don't think you can.
Nope, I don't think I can.
I don't think I can. Realistically, cannot do that. Give us the score update of the other game that we need to keep our eyes on, though.
Laredo and Brownsville in the 43rd minute approaching. Still 1-0 in favor of Laredo. We'll keep eyes on that one for sure. And again, we talked about the top of the table. Brownsville currently leading at 17 points. Denton sitting at 17, also Lubbock at 13. They win this match. They vault themselves up into 4th place. Again, depending on what happens with Laredo in this match. So it's tight at the top of the table. 17 points for Brownsville, West Texas FC 16, Laredo 16, Denton 17, Lubbock 13 points.
Yeah, I was about to say tied for third is Laredo and West Texas FC with 16. Right behind them, though, within arm's reach, is the Matadors. And if they take care of business winning tonight, and if they can win on the road at West Texas, their future in the postseason is pretty bright.
I mean, you keep the hopes alive with the win here, and basically the mentality for Lubbock is win out. They're doing a good job right now, maintaining possession, preventing Denton from getting any opportunities, at least as many as they're used to. They're still passing lanes that Denton is able to exploit, and they've had chances at goal, but you have Adam, safe hand, Salama in the back.
Dude,
just
it's so great.
Making every save that he needs to, guarding, making sure they don't cheat him on the near post, and he's doing everything he needs to do for this team tonight.
Yes, he is. And when we return, you'll be in safe hands with us because we're going to give you more great things and more halftime shows. So stick with us on My Lubbock TV and on YouTube. We're going to pick more of John's brain on what he thinks Coach Mizuraka is talking about right now in his halftime speech, because apparently they're pretty legendary. Stick with us. We'll be back right after this.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment matters.
And we're back here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. Hope you didn't miss us too much. It's Devin Ward here and John Bocanegra. He's him, I'm I, we're here, and we're glad you were here because this has been a lot of fun watching this first half of this big match. It's a must-win for both these teams. John, I didn't even ask you, what were your thoughts on that first half? Because we just kind of got into the standings and how important it was before that last break.
Fantastic football being played in the last 25 minutes of that half, and you see Denton settle down a little bit more. We talked about Lubbock as one of the keys to victory for them to settle down. It took them no time, all but maybe 50 seconds to do that. But yeah. Denton they look too spread out to me currently. Just all over the field, holes in the middle where your midfield should be bringing the ball up the field. No build-up opportunities for them. They had a little bit at the end, probably about the last 8 minutes of the half, but you want to see Denton create a little bit more, and we talked about fire away as one of their keys to victory, and I mean, every time they get a chance to do that, Salama's just in the way. He's a brick wall tonight.
He's been playing great. Lights out. Best game, possibly our signature SAG man of the match.
Oh, yeah.
If it continues with it.
If I had to give one at the halfway point, absolutely, Adam Salama.
Because he's had 3 saves that were going to go if he did not get in the way and make a stop right there. Coach Mizuraka, if you're not a Matador fan and you're watching tonight, he's been legendary this season with his halftime speeches and halftime adjustments. What kind of adjustments do you think he's making in the locker room right now?
I don't think you do anything differently other than, you make sure that you win the second ball, not allowing the other team to get possession back, and just play a little bit tighter. I mean, you tried to go over the top to start. It's not working. It was working. You're trying to apply a different type of pressure going over the top, especially with Evan Howard up top. But it's working when you're building up and you're attacking the edges. You have the speedsters on the edge. You have Agawe, and then you have Saad on the other end. Just keep making those runs down the line, and that's how you can exploit Denton.
They've been able to do it. They were able to do it 50 seconds into the game, and that's the only difference in this match right now is 1 goal, and then, of course, Salama making multiple great saves. So we're so excited to see this second half presented by Mears Mazda Volvo. But tonight is Fan Appreciation Night. We're so appreciative of the fans. John and I are rocking some Mozo's gear. We got us kind of sworn in, kind of not sworn in, definitely initiated into the club. We're part of the cool kids now.
You are. I was part of it last year.
Yeah, he was sworn in last year. I look like a Boy Scout. He looks like Fred from Scooby-Doo, and we're having fun up here, and we're glad you're joining us, though. For once, he didn't have the mute button to mute my terrible joke right there, which was great.
It was too late.
So, but when we return, we're going to have more exciting action. 1-0 the score here at the halftime break. We're going to have second half action presented by Mears Mazda Volvo right here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park on My Lubbock TV and on the Lubbock Matadors YouTube channel. Big games happening across the Lone Star Conference tonight. You're looking at the biggest one for these two clubs as the Matadors are hosting the Denton Diablos. 1-0 the score. John, give us an update for Laredo-Brownsville.
Halftime, Laredo still up 1-0, and that one will be coming back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of either one of these teams, playoff seeding is so vital. You want to be in the top two because if you're in the top two, you're hosting that first round matchup. And then after that, it's whoever the highest seed that wins will get to host. But top two is vital.
Lubbock will potentially be up if they can kind of put the ball in the back of the net if you're a Lubbock Matadors fan. A couple more times. That'll help with the point differential tiebreaker there. Lubbock would essentially be tied in total points with West Texas FC and Laredo heading into the weekend. As West Texas FC is currently playing Fort Worth Vaqueros right now.
And correct me if I'm wrong, John, but since you beat Laredo, would you jump them if you're tied with goal differential and all that kind of stuff?
Ideally, you would, yes.
Okay.
Goal differential would be I think the second determinant in the tiebreaker format.
Okay. Currently, it's 93 degrees outside. Temperatures dropped down about 2 degrees since first kick. Wind still coming out of, to the northwest at about 20 miles an hour. John, you had a notification moments ago that we never want to see.
Yeah, potential storms approaching in the area from the north. We'll keep an eye on the radar for you.
Second half action is underway here. Hopefully, Mother Nature kind of holds off for the next 45 minutes. We always need the rain here in Lubbock, so we never want to say don't come. But if it holds off for 45, we'll be happy.
I think we'll be fine. It looks great right now. Feels wonderful outside.
From our point of view is spectacular. The cloud coverage over near the lights is beautiful. We get to see the flags across the way and over 4,700 fans here in attendance tonight. Unofficial numbers coming in from the GM, but I knew it was going to be another record-breaking night for this season. And if that number is correct, it will be a record-breaking night. John, you have your family here. I got my family here. This is a great night.
Everyone has their families here. Nice, wonderful match to take in before the 4th of July holiday.
Yeah, starting out with a bang, right?
Oh, yeah.
Most 90, I mean, you might not be off tomorrow.
I am. No, I am.
Thank the Lord I'm a teacher. I'm off tomorrow, right? I've been off for the last month. But, you know, a lot of people are going to be off tomorrow in honor of the celebration of our independence, right? And so this is why not come out here. Start your little weekend off with a bang.
And Lubbock did. First minute of the match, Lago Luis scoring off a corner kick opportunity.
It was headed around by a few of the players. I think Howard will get the assist on that, right, where he headed it out to him. Luis primed, ready to fire on goal, and he did.
As Lubbock is again making their way into the attacking third here. Denton looking stacked in the back. Switch to 4-4 in the middle there.
I was about to say, are we seeing any formation changes from halftime?
Potentially. You don't want those gaps that I was talking about at the half if you're a Denton fan. And Lubbock just look to stretch the wings a little bit.
Yep, there was a Galway there. Super quick, getting it to Lago Luis. Rodriguez battling for it. It's going to be kicked around. The Matadors getting a lot of touches in here right here, John.
Not the one you want, though, to bring that ball down and to have a little bit more control over that.
Again, we're live here on YouTube. Shout out to the TV crew, SVR. Absolutely. Our TV crew is doing a great job here tonight. A great job. Ronaldo saying, let's go Lubbock. And then Marta Orta saying, I've seen the Little Caesars mascot in person, very inspiring, and the Canes dog. Well, we do have a couple of mascots here tonight. I've never seen the Canes dog. That'd be kind of cool.
Raising Cane.
Roof. We have Wada Guy here tonight. Of course, you got Notorious. And I believe we have Armstrong. They have a mascot. Of course, Armstrong's Plumbing, Air, and Electric. They had their mascot out here tonight. And I know my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old love seeing them. Of course, one thing that we love seeing is that it's Fan Appreciation Night presented by Whataburger. And did you know at Whataburger, they have iced coffee, now available at all locations. This is a refreshing pick-me-up that will be served all day, every day, along with an all-new hot coffee blend for a caffeine fix whenever you need it. Go see our friends at Whataburger. Of course, the Matadors were at Whataburger yesterday, and my niece that lives in a town about 35, 40 minutes away from here had never been to a Matadors game, never seen them before, got to meet Mozo, got to meet a few of the players and Notorious the Bull, and that was a fun photo to get.
I mean, it shows no matter where they go, the people love them.
I love mascots too, right?
Oh, great touch there. Good turn by Lubbock on the counter opportunity here.
Yeah, Lubbock's got the numbers too. Howard going out wide, but it's Saad Faiz. And they boot that out of bounds.
That one's all the way into Hoka.
Yeah, it's on the way.
To answer the question earlier, give me Argentina over Ecuador tomorrow.
Okay.
Give me Canada as a surprise against Venezuela. Give me Colombia versus Panama, and give me Brazil, obviously.
Okay, and that was the question that we
had.
had.
Copa America quarterfinals.
With Mexico and the United States being eliminated, right? That was the question we were presented with.
In disgusting fashion, by the way.
That was a signature stack corner kick, by the way, as Luis goes to work here on the defender. Crossing it, and we'll have another one here. Again, grateful for everybody tuning in tonight. It says, let's go Lubbock. I am in VIP, says this one person. You love to see that. Thank you for watching down there in the VIP.
They're right underneath us.
Yeah, Ronaldo saying I'm watching from Laredo. That fan, Ronaldo, knows what's up. We're doing the same thing. Cross by Saad Faiz on the signature stag corner kick. And that one's booted too hard.
I believe that was Jack on that one.
Yep, that's Jack Pasco there.
A little ambitious.
Yeah, Ronaldo giving us a score update. Heat 1, Brownsville 0 at halftime. I think John had that on his phone moments ago. Thank you for the up there.
We're watching it.
Of course, this is seedings 1 through 5 are all so close that it's a must-win for all 5 of those teams. The points can shift either way, but at the end of the day, it's a must-win. And making the postseason is a big deal, right? Last year we had 2 postseason games here in Lubbock. Of course, the one game I missed, John, was
losing the heartbreaker to Brownsville.
To Brownsville.
Little bit of a kit change as we see Evan Howard coming back in.
Did he have a kit change? Oh yeah, he's okay.
Waiting for a moment for the fourth official to bring him back on as he runs back into position.
Right, yeah, and that's something you have to have your eyes looking out for that kind of stuff. John, good catch.
Oh, heavy touch there.
It's Levero Horvat. John, did you know that both teams that we're watching tonight have a rivalry and a trophy that they compete for? The Matadors' big rival, of course, is West Texas FC, which, as I say that, I feel like we have multiple rivals, to be honest with you, right? But one for Denton is their rivalry against Fort Worth and the Vaqueros. And with their victory over them back at mid-May, they celebrated their 5th straight year of winning the Chisholm Trail belt. Kind of cool looking, too, the belt. It, you know how those WWE belts look. You know, that's what it is.
Oh, I'm about it. Yeah, give me more of that. There's just something about having a strap like that. Just walking into a room over your shoulder, walking onto somebody's field.
Makes you feel good. A 5th straight year, too, that they've won that over the Vaqueros.
Fort Worth had so much potential this season, obviously sitting at the bottom of the table as they currently play West Texas FC. We'll get you a score update on that one, too.
Which, if you're either a fan of either one of these teams, you're rooting for Fort Worth, correct? In terms of points?
Try to get a draw if you're Fort Worth at least. But, again, we saw them with a depleted bench and just so many things happening with them.
Oh, a cross right there. Evan Howard just right there, but way to climb the tree was McGill, right?
Yep, good job by Ian there. Climbing the ladder. Not too much of a climb for him. The ball floats perfectly into his hands.
The Matadors looking to put some more pressure on him right here, though. As Luis.
If we had a man of the match currently for what's happening out in the field outside of Salama, it's Luis for sure. He's just getting the ball, and
he seems to be everywhere.
He's a fulcrum for them as Howard takes a strike.
Yep, firing right there. If you're a Diablo fan, you don't want to see that because he's normally point on that. Just a little high, and we'll have a goal kick.
But yeah, Lago just being in the right place at the right time and maintaining possession and just feeding his teammates. Very crucial in the attack for Lubbock tonight.
Of course, the Denton Diablos play at Texas Women's University in Denton. Their capacity is 1,200. Moments ago, at that venue at Texas Women's. Of course, we announced moments ago that unofficial numbers, about 4,700 fans are here tonight for the regular season finale for the Lubbock Matadors. That is a attendance record for this season. As you see Adonis Galway down there on the track.
Update for you for West Texas FC against the Fort Worth Vaqueros, up 3-0 on Fort Worth.
Okay, so if you're a fan of either one of these teams, you don't like seeing that score. But, you know, West Texas, John, they have had themselves a pretty spectacular year. You know, at the very beginning, they were red hot, kind of cooled down a bit, but they're seeming to find their stride again here, John.
I mean, that's what you want to see. They hit it at the right time, basically. This match, if the result holds, puts West Texas up top at number 1. Brownsville, if the score holds, would drop to 3rd, I believe.
Okay. That's something that we need to look at the end of this game whenever we know the final of that match and then the final of this match. In our post-game show, we can give a points update and a standings update because you wanna be in the top 4. Here comes
Lago again on the ball.
Yeah.
Just absolutely incredible tonight.
Luis dishing it out to Saad Faiz. Kicking it with his left. It's too strong. John, he had it there again. Kind of did a little stutter step, hoping to give some separation, but I think it backfired on him there.
A little bit underneath the ball, excuse me. Saad not being able to get over the top, as you see here in the replay. Create a little space with that stutter step right in between those two defenders and just not able to get over the top of it. As the ball goes back to the other end now.
The 54-second goal was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. That's the only thing separating these two teams right now is we're 55 seconds in. Or 55 seconds, 55 minutes in. I'm trying to go back to that first minute of the game, John.
What a moment it was.
I don't think I've sat down since besides the halftime show. Alliance Credit Union has served the South Plains community with lower rates and fewer fees for the last 83 years, and they're just getting started. Join the mission and enjoy the benefits of owning your financial future. Alliance, for people, not profit. Grateful for everything they've done for us this season with the Lubbock Matadors. They fed the crew the other day, the general manager, Dustin McCorkle, and Thomas Wolf.
Shout out to Thomas.
You know, the Matadors have a great team with Tyler, Thomas, Alex, you name them, the whole army of interns. They got a great group.
Great job switching the field there. Saad getting back into the position in the middle as Howard brings it up. He has no one to pass it to.
Yeah, and he just let the ball dribble out right there. And
He's frustrated visibly. I mean, him and Adonis not on the same page.
Was that Tomo instead? Or Levro? 15?
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, a little miscommunication right there. Do you think he was looking for a little more space, a little more separation between the two of them?
Well, Howard was looking at Adonis on the opposite side of the field,
okay,
asking him, hey, where was your run at? Where are you going?
Comment section on YouTube is still lively. Leslie saying, let's Diablos. Okay. Love that you're in the comment section tonight, Leslie. And Ronaldo, go Lubbock, go. Laredo Heat family is watching.
Hey.
Guess the Heat are cheering on Lubbock
tonight.
Saad Faiz. That's nasty.
Again, just not getting over the top of that ball. Probably taking that shot a little bit too soon there, for sure.
Uh-huh. He is right there, too, and that is multiple chances and opportunities from firing range. And he's a competitor, and he's a guy that's he's gonna think about this later tonight, right?
Same move there, cutting back to the inside. Challenging Zender Naguib on the back end there, the center back for Denton.
Diablos flipped the field right there, immediately putting some pressure on. And that'll go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in.
Right idea, though, switching the field. You want to get it on Cooper T's foot.
Okay.
A little bit too strong there.
You know, we haven't done a little feature on, we talked about the Diablos coaching staff, John. We haven't talked about the Matadors coaching staff. You got Brandon Mizuraka in year 1 with the Matadors, and after starting the season the way they did, they've gone on a run, right? And they've made some changes and adjustments, and that's what good coaches do, right? When things, some tempers flaring right here. The official communicating with the Diablos. with Howard right there.
Howard falling on top of the ball initially. Doesn't get whistled for it. A little bit of a handball there. A foul afterwards. Just a little bit of chippiness by Ashwin Menon, a player that we were talking about to watch out for, number 12 for the Diablos.
Well, and that was one of the oh, no, it's number 11 and number 2 for the Diablos. We'll look at your question right there, Leslie, as the Diablos have a free kick. That's a great ball. Salama going up and grabbing it. And that's going to kill that play right there.
Oh, trying to create a counter-attack opportunity. That one just got away from him a little bit.
Going back to talking about Coach Mizuraka, right? Good coaches make adjustments. They can change things as the game goes and see things in ways to get your best 11 out there on the pitch. And I've loved watching Coach Mizuraka this season make his in-game adjustments, make his adjustments overall as a coach. But most importantly, we've gotten to know him as a person, and he is a genuinely good human being. Cross there, Salama.
Oh, that looked like a strike. That was definitely at the goal. As we saw in the replay, Salama just visibly frustrated with that ball just sailing across the touchline. Throw in here. Cooper T throwing it in. He's got an arm on him, watch.
Leslie, we did talk about the coaching staff for the Denton Diablos. We did that in the first half. We talked about first-year head coach and his amazing coaching staff as the Matadors come away with it right there. Head coach Ben Clavis showing some speed. Stolen away by Denton. That was an impressive play there by the defender, John.
Oh, that'll be a card for sure.
And there's our first yellow card of the game going against Denton. Yellow cards are brought to you by Alliance Credit Union. For people, not profit. John, what'd you see there?
He wins the ball against Adonis. Somehow, with all that speed, he's just able to track back and stop him. Clears the ball away, a little bit of a tussle afterwards, and just pulls him down.
There's your instant replay of that play right there. I believe, is that our first yellow card?
It is. Out of frustration, too. Completely unnecessary, getting Lubbock a chance to cross that in.
Oh, and across in the middle, Howard heading that one. You know, this game, a lot of this game, John, is all about angles and how you hit the ball off your foot or how you head the ball, and just didn't have the right angle right there for Howard.
A little bit on the backside, too. Howard always sneaks in on the back post, but it looked like he was trying to send that one back in to where the ball was played. Just got away from it a little bit, just a little bit.
I'm going to go to my app that for all of our game activities and player stats and formations on all of that for the Matadors, so I can answer some of the questions here on the live chat.
Great tackle there.
So we're looking for number 11 and number 2. Dalen Lowe is one of the substitutes tonight, and Aubrey Eason is one of the substitutes tonight. So there is your answer there, Leslie, for number 11 and number 2 for the Diablos. They are the substitutes, and we could be seeing their numbers being called tonight.
Give it probably about another 5 minutes, maybe 10. Cheeky touch there. Great job by Lovro.
And we'll have a throw in.
Lubbock is just swarming right now. You want a little bit of an assessment? I get you one.
Yeah, I want it.
Lubbock looks to just be swarming, not necessarily overloading the ball, but staying in their proper lanes and holding the formation, basically. Denton, of course, just needs a little bit more control.
John Connor says in the comment section, Matadors are really trying to exploit that right wing. Diablos need to be careful trying to play it from the back every goal kick.
Absolutely.
Some high-level comments there by Connor, huh?
Connor knows. Connor knows what's up. I can tell.
I feel like we need to
There you go, another switch there.
I feel like we need to revisit the Know the Foe that we had in the first half as we introduced the Denton coaching staff for our friend Leslie in the comment section.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. We did a Know the Foe segment where we got to know who the coaching staff was for the Denton Diablos. Of course, Ben Clarvis is their head coach. He's in his first year leading the team, and they've in the last 5 games, John, they've been quite impressive. It's a win, draw, win-win, loss. And they find themselves in the top part of the standings.
Great form by Denton in the beginning of the season, middle part of the season. The Achilles heel right now appears to be Lubbock's pressure for Denton as they get to the edge here. And again, just battling, contesting. There's just body after body, just waves of defenders coming at you.
You think Coach Mizuraka is happy with how his team has performed so far in the second half?
Absolutely. I know he wants to see the ball go in the net. A little bit more unnecessary contact there by Lago. So he gets a yellow card.
Yep, Yago Luis gets a yellow card. Of course, yellow cards are presented by Alliance Credit Union for people, not profit. Second yellow card of the match for the Matadors.
He's just getting hounded and brutalized by 3 defenders surrounding him the entire time. Great job there by Cooper T, just getting in the way and further frustrating Luis.
I think Coach Clarvis has noticed the game that Luis is having tonight, don't you think? Because they continue to send more and more players near in his neighborhood. Salama punching that one out, and we're gonna have a corner kick, I believe, or a goal kick. I'm not sure who made contact on it.
As a corner kick for Denton.
Be a signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop. Assistant coaches, though, for Denton is Tim Trevino. He's first year with the Diablos. He has over 20 years of coaching experience. And the other assistant coach is Taylor Goen. Goen is a current head coach at Austin College. So there you go.
And one of your assistants actually talking to one of the bench players for Denton, getting his warm-up, and it appears to be coming on.
Okay. We'll see. We're probably about to see our first substitution of the night. Of course, substitutions this year are presented by Grease Monkey. Here's a signature stack corner kick, though. That one's going to be a far kick. They headed it the right direction, just a little too high, and it goes over the crossbar. That man's had a busy night tonight. Denton has kept him on his toes.
Riley O'Donnell not happy with that ball, just coming awkwardly off of his head as we were substitution coming in. I believe number 20, Jackson Turley coming in.
Substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There is no substitution for great service for you and your vehicle. Go see our friends at Grease Monkey today. Physicality is starting to become a trend here, John, as we are now in the 66th minute.
If you're Denton, you don't want to let that get away or get in the way of this game getting away from you. I don't know why I made that difficult to say.
Yeah,
great strike on goal.
Yeah, that was a great job by that Diablo player getting around Saad Faiz and getting a strike on goal. That strike on goal, I believe, was by number 22, Brian Murillo. It was. Murillo? I don't know.
Number 18 just came off.
Okay. We have another substitute coming in. John, you called it. You said give it another 5 minutes. The Lubbock Matadors are about to have their first substitution of the night. I believe Lago Luis's night is done. And now checking in for the Lubbock Matadors is number 17.
Daniel Ryder.
Yeah, Daniel Ryder. Ryder, a product of Coastal Carolina and a teammate of Evan Howard whenever they return to their university this fall.
Get a little bit of a connection there. A great advantage coming down the stretch here in the second half.
And I think that's something they kind of do on purpose. Wouldn't you think, John? Just when you're creating a team and a roster for a summer league team, it's guys coming from all over the world coming together here in Lubbock, right? But wouldn't you strategically try to grab a few teammates from a few teams so that there's already a little chemistry and camaraderie?
Yeah, chemistry is paramount, especially in the NPSL when your players aren't playing together for very long stretches of time. I mean, you get 10 matches in the Lone Star Conference here alone. Yeah, you want to have something that's quick. Get that chemistry that's instant, and you got 2 guys that are going to do it for Lubbock there.
Right. Well, and I believe Saad Faiz and Levra Horvat go to the same university as well, University of Albany, and so, yeah, you got teammates, coming and playing together, and that makes it a little more fun, too, because then you already kind of are aware of, you have friends here already.
I mean, it's always good to see a homie or two, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I get excited every time you're in the booth with me, man.
I was going to say the same thing.
Faiz going to work. Horvat trying to cross it to the middle, and we'll have a signature stat corner kick.
6 corners in total for Lubbock, dwarfing Denton's 3 corner kicks on the night. Lubbock has only put one in from the first corner kick of the game, again in the first minute by Lago Luis.
Signature set corner kick by Saad Faiz right there. A header. You saw Evan Howard there. Oh, and he has it again. The goalkeeper kicks it out, and we'll have another corner kick.
Excellent awareness by Ian McGill to get that ball just pinballing around. Lubbock not being able to bring it in. Howard had a great opportunity, was not called offside on that one either.
Another Signature Stag corner kick. Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop. Let's see it. A header for Howard. Oh, and just to the right of the cross of the goal. They're having the opportunities that we saw the Diablos have in those last 6 minutes of the first half now, John.
McGill catching a little bit of luck there. Great service in. Ball curling perfectly. We talked about Howard just sitting on the back post there, and he had the size match up there. Just a touch away, probably the length of the ball from going in.
Oof. Too bad we're not playing, what is it, the horseshoes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Close, but nothing there as we're reaching towards the 70th minute. John, we haven't done an update on your thoughts on the half, but then most importantly, what we've been keeping our eyes on tonight has been the Lone Star Conference games happening in the standings, because this is a huge game here, but we also have another huge game out in Laredo. John, what's the score there?
1-0 still, approaching the 57th minute. Laredo still on top. Brownsville, I'll get you an update too. It was 3-0 last we checked for West Texas FC, which would, if the live table holds, it would put them in first place. Going back to a little assessment here at the half, or in the second half, excuse me.
Okay.
Lubbock's just been aggressive, and it's plain as day. The chances the Diablos get are just coming off of set piece opportunities or stoppages. Attack more. Just be a little bit more aggressive. If you're Lubbock, just keep doing that.
Howard across right there to Igawe. Oh, and trying to fire it right there. Oh, the fans know that one was another close one right there. How he was able to regather himself, though, John, do a 180 and then kick it again to get a chance on goal was probably the most impressive part.
Dummy ball, nice little through the legs there as Adonis just tries to find his positioning. He knew exactly where he wanted to put it, just a hair away.
Ball goes into the stands right here. The Diablos fans having a lot of questions here in the chat tonight, John, talking about how they've changed their back line and their formations and all of that. And I'm going to let them continue to ponder here in the chat.
Okay, you don't want me to say anything? I won't say anything.
I don't want to add fuel to the Diablos fire in here, man. They're fired up.
Yeah, with the questions about that, too. You're not throwing any numbers up, which is the
yeah, and they're in the
there.
Yep.
Offside there. You're not putting enough numbers in the middle if you're Denton. Yeah, your back line is changing, but that's not the problem when you're going up the field. Denton doesn't have enough numbers, and they ideally should be controlling the field in the middle, but you're not seeing any of that, and they just forcing balls, making passes a little bit too quickly, just trying to recover quickly to get up the field, but not necessarily, again, I talked about it in the first half, not having a build-up.
Tonight's matchup between your Lubbock Matadors and the Denton Diablos is Fan Appreciation Night. We've been super grateful for our fans all night. We want to say thank you to our fans as this game is being presented by Whataburger. They've been doing give-outs all night and gifts for the fans. And, John, it's been so cool to see our amazing partner giving back to our amazing community.
I got one of those Gatorade bottles, too. And
yeah, I called my wife, and I was like, hey, we need you down there. Because that's pretty awesome. Of course, they did a lot of halftime shows. That's why we didn't have a Whataburger's guest in here, because they've been busy all night with our fans. And, of course, they now are debuting coffee. They have iced coffee, now available at all locations. It's a refreshing pick-me-up that's served all day, every day, along with an all-new hot coffee blend for a caffeine fix whenever you need it. Go check out our friends at Whataburger, as they now have coffee.
They're actually on the way to work on my route. Definitely gonna have to stop in one morning.
You can get one of their biscuits, chicken biscuits, honey butter chicken biscuits with a coffee.
That is top tier right there.
Dynamic. It's a dynamic duo.
Whataburger is Texas, and Texas is friendly. And Fan Appreciation Night, doing the thing tonight.
You just made a full circle right there. Great move by Saad Faiz. Oh, and John's throwing it. John, what'd you see? We're going to see a yellow card?
Oh, going the other way, actually.
Oh, it went against Saad. A lot of communication happening there with the official. Yellow card is presented by Alliance Federal Credit Union for people not profit. John, what'd you see?
Saad gets clipped there. I don't think he necessarily needs to go down, but he's not taking a dive, and the referee's issuing the card. Don't do that again, is basically what he's telling him.
Yeah. It's just anytime anything happens in the box, instantly everybody's looking for an answer, right?
Yeah, it's finicky there. It's tough, and as the great call though for the referee.
Going to the comment section here, special player number 8, Pasco. I agree. Jack Pasco has had a pretty great season here. A lot of the Matadors have had great seasons this year. Pasco has gotten 1 goal playing that center mid spot. Goes to St. Francis in Brooklyn.
Game's getting away from Lubbock a little bit. If you're Denton, you need to capitalize on this now. Lubbock appears to be frustrated. They're not getting into that attacking third and putting the ball in the net like they want to, and you see a great 1-2 opportunity right there. Lubbock shutting it down again. Great job by Diego there.
If you're the Matadors, how do you fix that? How do you adjust?
You just need to settle down. We talked about it being one of the keys to victory. I mean, they did it very quickly in the first half. It's a different half now, and you need to come back out with that same level of composure too. We've had 2 cards now, 3 actually, in this half. 2 against Lubbock.
Matadors, Will Rodriguez stealing that one. That was kind of just passed right to him. But the Diablos steal it right away again. All right, so here you go. Here's Leslie's question. They're exploiting the entire back line. 10 minutes from now, subs is going to be too late. Why would you change the starting back line this far into the season? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Just saying. That's Leslie's comments about the Diablos. She wanted to hear our thoughts. She had a follow-up comment saying she just wanted to hear our thoughts.
We made notes, actually, pregame coming into this, too. Devin and I were comparing how the lineup was drastically different. Maybe you saw something different in training. We're not privy to that level of information, but the only reason you would make a change like that is if you see something in training. Some of those guys that started last week are on the bench, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. We'll see them probably in the next 5 minutes.
Next up could be a potential playoff home game for your Lubbock Matadors. Please stay connected to email, newsletters, and social media for additional information. Also, we want to stress that 2025 season tickets are on sale now. Yeah! At LubbockMatadors.com. Don't miss out on your year-round benefits and discounts along with your Matadors action. Make sure you want to become a season ticket holder as we have a United Express hydration break. And John, what is the outlook looking like in the other games around the Lone Star Conference as we have a pause in our action here?
We had a substitution for FC Brownsville. They're still down 1-0 to the Laredo Heat in the 63rd minute. And last we checked, West Texas FC was still up 3-0 against Fort Worth, as Pablo Diaz appears to be checking in after this hydration break.
Yes, Diaz is going to be wearing number 9. He is the goal leader for the Lubbock Matadors. He is in his 3rd season. Last year he had 8 goals in the season, coming on late in the year. As of right now, he's got 2 goals this season, and similar to last season, John, he's kind of coming on late in the year again. And he is a spark off of the bench for this Lubbock Matador team as he checks in for Adonis Agawe.
Great substitution. You want the energy coming in. Luis started the last match against Brownsville, and he provided the spark. Just not enough opportunities for him. He's super sub for a reason, and that's why he's coming on approaching the 78th minute.
Of course, substitutions are presented by Grease Monkey. There's no substitute for you or your vehicle. Go see our friends at Grease Monkey today. Go Lubbock Go, says Ronaldo. Beat Denton, hand them a loss, is what Ronaldo said. Of course, both these teams, they don't want to draw. They don't want a loss. They both want to win tonight, and it's a big, big match. Oh, and they're doing gift card giveaways out there in the stands right now. They've been doing gift card giveaways and other giveaways all night tonight.
Oh, man, brace yourself.
Brace it. I'm bracing.
West Texas FC up 6-0 against the Vaqueros in plus time, extra minutes. approaching the 93rd minute, and that one is over.
This is back-to-back matches, John, for West Texas FC, where the floodgates have just opened for them, scoring goals. This back-to-back matches now that they've scored 6 goals. The Denton fans are very familiar with that, right? Because they had 6 put on them just the other day, as Pettinaroli bumps into the Diablo defender there with his right shoulder, and they're both okay.
This mathematically puts West Texas FC at the top. 16 points currently. As soon as the whistle blows, they'll be at 19 points, which puts them right in prime position to host a playoff match.
And this gives them another +6 in the goal differential.
That's huge.
That's huge.
That's big time, especially if you're Brownsville right now, currently losing again to Laredo 1-0. Exciting. This is exciting.
This is why you're a fan, because you just get so locked into this.
I got goosies. I got goosebumps right now.
And that's what makes me more excited for. Of course, you still got the last 10 minutes of this match, but then in the future as well against West Texas, right? Are you going to continue to see the red-hot team that is playing right now?
I mean, it's going to be two forces colliding this weekend for sure.
Well, and it's personal again. We talked about how Denton plays for a belt against Fort Worth, right? The Matadors play for a golden tumbleweed against West Texas FC, right? It's El Dustico. And the part about it is, John, is that the Matadors lost 3-1 here the very first game of the season, and so you're going to need to be up, to be able to win El Dustico for the second straight year.
Lubbock is looking to travel. The Mozos actually put the word out that, hey, we're making our presence felt. And so what, a 2-hour drive, 2.5 hour
90
drive?
minutes. 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yep, not bad.
Oh, that's a day trip.
Yep. And I know I asked on the coaches show this week, because I said I'll be doing the fans a disservice if I don't ask. Will there be a fan bus? Because last year there was a fan group that went, and there will not be this year. But if you are wanting to go, they basically said reach out, let them know, and they could find somebody that you could ride with. Because there's going to be a big contingency of Matador fans in the Midland area.
Before we even get to that, right now the focus for Lubbock in approaching the last 10 minutes of this game, keep that pressure up, keep that defensive intensity up. A little bit of chippiness, foul on the play there.
Yeah, and Pettinaroli's down right here.
Keep the defensive pressure up. Lubbock, they kind of came apart at the seams just a little bit, maybe one or two threads.
Okay.
Just came out. But Lubbock needs to make sure they maintain possession too. If you're Denton, you're getting up the field, and you're clearly under the skin of Lubbock as we have a yellow card here.
John, I'm going to need you to bust out your sewing kit and seam them back together then, all right? There's another yellow card presented by Alliance Federal Credit Union for people not profit.
That one is on Lorvro, actually.
That's the 3rd yellow card on the Matadors?
That is correct.
Matadors are a team that are known to get yellow cards this season.
Substitution here for the Denton Diablos, number 11 coming on, Aubrey Eason.
Yep, and that was one of the Leslie was looking for Aubrey earlier, and so you see him checking into the game as a sub. As that ball was dangerously close to going in right there, John. Salama just punched it up right there. And you heard the fans kind of gasping in our ears. There's a Signature Stag corner kick. Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop. That was fast.
Final full-time, West Texas FC 6, Fort Worth Vaqueros 0. They currently sit atop the Lone Star Conference at number 1 with 19 points.
19 points and are +14 in goal differential. That is nuts.
That is astounding.
+14. Oh, okay, we got a goal kick right here. I was looking at the comments here and lost track of what was happening down there on the field.
Shout out to Brandon Luisi, by the way, the play-by-play commentator for the West Texas FC.
Okay.
Hooking it up with some notes here and there, keeping in touch with him, letting him know what's going on.
And he does a good job, and he's doing it by himself too, which is even more impressive. John, what happened there?
Another yellow card.
That yellow card's presented by Alliance Federal Credit Union for people not profit.
The chippiness too, just not even a minute away, and another yellow card issued. The tension is mounting for sure for both teams.
That's Francisco Pettinaroli there on the ground as he's getting up, walking it off. All the Diablo fans are saying it's too late, that Aubrey should have started tonight.
There is a huge argument actually to be made for that, and I agree. But again, we don't know what happened on the training ground.
Right, and it could be something off the pitch, right? You never know.
Absolutely.
There's tons of factors that could have played into it. Man, I can't get over that West Texas game, dude. 6-0. That's a big victory for them. And that's a fire on goal right there. Evan Howard getting that one back. Trying to poke that one through. It was Denton that, I think they were trying to poke it to Diego Vasquez, John. And
great pressure here by Denton. Forcing Salama to just kind of get that one away. You want to see more of that if you're Denton. You still have about roughly 6 minutes now, approaching the 84th.
Yeah, and a little bit of stoppage time. There hasn't been too many stops in this second half, John.
You need more sense of urgency, though, if you're Denton. Get the ball up the field. There you go. Great control there.
You see them trying to attack the middle here.
Oh, almost a great 1-2 opportunity there.
Faiz has it.
And of course, Eason in there.
Oh, pushing it forward to Howard. Howard comes away with it. He's got a 1v1. Kicking it to Pablo Diaz. That's your guy. And great job by McGill there. Getting in front of that ball. Pablo Diaz almost had another super sub moment, John.
McGill talking to his center backs there, just kind of directing traffic there. Don't let him get in behind you like that. Diaz plays that one low, and great kick save there by McGill.
That brings up a signature stag corner kick. Signature stag, your one-stop man shop.
Again, we saw Lubbock put one in the first minute of this match off a deflection from the corner kick from Howard. Lago Luis being able to find that and put it in the back of the net.
Yep, that was just 50 seconds into the match. Here's another one. And it's going to be a throw-in, I believe, for the Matadors. John, in this time right here, if you're a Matador fan, right, you're telling that Denton, they need to be putting pressure. If you're a Matador fan, they're having flashbacks of how the first couple matches went this season, right? They want to finish.
Oh, wow.
Great move there by Lovero. To Jack Pasco in the middle. He fires on goal. Too strong. It hit off the yellow crossbar of the football field, and I like seeing him fire on goal.
It's inexcusable that Denton allowed that shot opportunity to happen. Your three defenders overloading him on the touchline there, as you see Pasco. Pasco's shot just sailed into the goalpost there. Yeah, Denton should have had that trap going a little bit sooner. But again, those players overloaded, allowed that shot to happen with a wide open player in the middle of the field for Lubbock.
A lot of Denton Diablo fans still talking in the comments section, and we're so grateful that you guys are interacting with us here on the chat. Ruben Alvarado said you guys make the game so much more exciting to watch. Thank you, sir.
The game's already exciting enough. I'm glad we could help.
we're just... Yeah, we're having fun. I'm hoping for a playoff match here. And that was one of the comments that were in the comment section here tonight, is that how many teams make the playoffs, right? And we've been talking about the top 5 in the Lone Star Conference. Right now, the Matadors sit in 5th. West Texas, after their victory tonight, jumps up to 1st. But you need to be in the top 4 to make the playoffs. And so right now, the Matadors are on the outside looking in. That's why it's a must-win for them tonight. But the key is you want to be in the top 2, because the top 2 teams will host the first run of the playoffs. And anytime you could host and be in front of your fans, it makes a big difference.
Hard press here, hide him.
Because if he was able to continue where he was and able to take it down that sideline, he had green grass in front of him. Again, we're live here on My Lubbock TV here in town and on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share with all your friends. We're trying to grow our page. This is where all the official Matador events happen. The Coaches Show, that happens on Monday at 1 o'clock, and the games. Of course, you want to watch all the games and support the Lone Star Conference. John and I support the Lone Star Conference.
Absolutely.
I was looking the other day as there's a fire on goal. Great job by Salama. Oh, my goodness. He will be the man of the match tonight if the score remains what it is right now, because that was another diving save. I believe his 4th one tonight, John. His 5th one tonight. As we have a signature stack corner kick. Salama punches that out, make it 6. Holy cow.
Another corner kick for Denton.
Got some fireworks over here on the left side. As they have a signature stack corner kick. Signature stack, your one-stop man shop. And that will lead to a goal kick. They just punched that one a little too hard, and it goes out.
Incredible. Adam Salama is having the match of his life right now, at least for Lubbock.
A54 said, I've seen the commentators in person. I'm at the game. Where you at, A54? Love to see you. This has been a sensational performance by Adam Salama tonight. We talk about you're in safe hands and giving him a nickname.
Stonewall Salama.
Yeah, it might be Stonewall
Be
Salama.
in safe hands. Call it whatever you like. He's been in the right position. Every shot that's going at the net, Salama's just either putting a hand on, kick saving, snatching it out of the air. He's doing everything you want in a goalkeeper tonight.
Here comes Saad Faiz.
Another run down the line here on the right side. Saad cutting back.
Yeah, great pass to Howard. Another great pass. And a shot on goal! G-O-A-L! Goal! And we salute you to the Matadors. They're up 2-0. And that puts the stamp on it tonight. The Matadors, they're looking like they might get 3.
Great touch, again, getting in the backside of the Denton Diablos. Wonderful touch, just putting it out of reach of McGill.
That was Francisco Pettinaroli in the 90th minute, putting the final punch on this game here tonight. They had the first goal in the 50th second of the game, and the second goal coming in the 90th minute.
What a bookend for Lubbock.
That's big time. Francisco Pettinaroli. Cisco doing some big things coming on.
Oh, I
think that's his 3rd goal of the season.
I feel for Ian McGill right now. Just in the opportunity or in the position to try to make that save, and it's just out of reach. He is disappointed with himself.
This has been a big time performance tonight by Salama, and I would say by all the players out there, right? What we've seen tonight has been nothing short of spectacular. Salamarama coming in with the comments here. Alexis Alvarado yelling goal in all caps. Ruben saying that's got to be a new name. It is.
4 minutes of stoppage time. We're approaching the 92nd minute, about 2 left.
That was a long celebration after the goal there, John. And here's Diego Vasquez with a free kick. That one hung in the air for a long time.
He put all the air underneath there, fouling the play there, going the other way.
Yeah, it's going to go against Saad Faiz right there. John, this is the 5th matchup between these two teams since the Matadors were founded 3 years ago. The Diablos putting some pressure here, and Will Rodriguez slide tackles. The Matadors are 4-0 all time against the Denton Diablos. I'm not going to have the announcer jinx tonight. That did not look good as Denton steals it away.
You got to put numbers up the field if you're Denton. Get that ball in the box.
You would think that with how much time's left, you would see a little more sense of urgency, right?
Well, you have 3 players in like the middle back of the field not making their way up. Another ball played in the box, offside there. That's got to be frustrating if you're a Denton fan, knowing that your back line has had a weird substitution coming into this match, and then just not being able to press up the field. We're seeing anguish and a lot of fatigue on some of the Lubbock Matador players just giving it their all tonight. But yeah, if you're a Denton Diablos fan, you have to be upset and sick with this result.
2-0. The comment section starting to light up with Matador fans now. SVR saying great camera work by our camera crew tonight. We agree. See Pablo Diaz fighting for that ball. Oh, and another shot on goal. Oh, off the top crossbar. Evan Howard's going to come back with it. It's just shot on shot on shot right here. Saad Faiz pushing it back out. Evan Howard fires. What a sequence of events right there. Had me excited to having me my hands on my head.
Everyone's on their feet currently, just celebrating as we see the instant replay here. Great opportunity just underneath the ball. I mean, you want a crossbar challenge? Hey, you nailed it, but...
And that's going to do it. The Matadors are victorious on Fan Appreciation Night. They defeat the Denton Diablos 2-0. And John, the Matadors protect home turf and continue to control their own destiny as they have a big one in their future against West Texas FC.
Fantastic outcome if you're a Lubbock Matador fan. Huge disappointment if you're a Diablo supporter. And you had the game coming back into the second half a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more focused. The back line held up as much as they could, but again, those substitutions prior to this match, your starting 11 just looked different for Denton. And Lubbock took full advantage of that from the first minute to the 90th.
And we're going to go to our commercial break, and when we return, we're going to hopefully hear from Coach Mizuraka. But with this 2-0 victory, the Matadors are now 5-0 all-time against the Denton Diablos. When we return, we'll have more post-game reaction here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. A 2-0 victory for the Lubbock Matadors. The flags are flying and the Mozos are celebrating with the guys. I know that has to be a really cool shot to look down on in just a few moments. John, a massive win for the Matadors tonight. It was a must-win for them if they wanted to have a chance to continue to have a chance for the postseason, and now they continue to control their own destiny as they're set to go face West Texas FC on Friday.
Coach Mizuraka, talk to us about this is the only game that matters right now. We don't care about anything else. We don't care about the standings. We don't even care about this weekend. We need 3 tonight, and Lubbock went out and claimed it.
50 seconds in, Lago Luis off of a couple header deflections into the goal. Matadors never trailed at all after that, and they did a really great job tonight. We now have head coach Brandon Mizuraka on the headset. Coach, 2-0 victory tonight for the good guys. Just your thoughts on the performance.
Yeah, I mean, we said at the beginning we needed a fast start, and first minute a goal. So credit to the boys for starting fast. I think that, and this is a little bit of a critique, is I think that we did start to drop off a little bit in the first half. I think that as the game, though, got stretched towards the second half, I mean, they're pushing because they want to get back into this, for us to be able to then have more opportunities. And then I thought our defensive transition was pretty good. So, I guess the only thing to say is El Dustico, Saturday.
It all comes down to West Texas, Coach. You talked about not even looking at the calendar.
Yep.
And earlier today, you talked about this match for us started yesterday.
Exactly.
When do you think about Saturday?
We're going to enjoy tonight, and then it starts tomorrow. I mean, there's no days off in this, right? We're going to train tomorrow. Hopefully, midday training, we'll probably tweak it a little bit so that way, a lot of our boys have never been here for 4th of July. So, we'll do it right for them and prepare for Saturday.
Yeah, Coach, you started out the 4th of July weekend with the bang. Are you much into the standings and all that kind of stuff? Because right now, we've been geeking out about it up here in the booth.
I have no idea what's been happening.
Yeah. So I think West Texas FC got a big win tonight, and of course you're following the Laredo game currently, right, John?
We're approaching the 88th minute. Laredo up 1-0 against Brownsville.
Okay.
Nice. What is it like seeing your guys down there celebrating, though? We've ended a great season here, regular season here at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park. 4,700 fans, a little more than that, showed up tonight. It's fan appreciation night, Coach. Let's tip our caps to the fans.
Yeah, no, credit to these fans for being here, being loud. I mean, I didn't catch the attendance or anything like that, but I'm sure, you got to talk about just the amazing work that, Dustin, Thomas, and the interns and everyone that's, here has done to make this environment just elite. I mean, it's 101, right? So anytime that we get to play at home is special, and we're very grateful to have this amazing fan base.
Coach, we talked about players coming back into the lineup, of course, coming off of injury. Let's talk about Adam Salama. I mean, he was an absolute brick wall on the back tonight. Yeah,
I mean, he kept us in it, during a little bit of time, and I mean, that's what you need is, you need someone to step up, and, he helped win us the game. I mean, for me, probably man of the match, to be quite fair. So, we don't necessarily always want to have our goalkeeper as man of the match, but credit to him is, he kept us in this game, and he allowed us to really thrive.
I would say he had 5-6 saves tonight. That just had my heart pounding, Coach. But hopefully, I just said this was Fan Appreciation Night, our last regular season. Hopefully this is not the last match here at home this season, but it starts Saturday against West Texas FC, Coach, and we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, derby game.
All right.
See you there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's the head coach, Brandon Mizuraka, post a 2-0 victory, John, and their hopes are still alive of being able to make the playoffs, but not only make the playoffs, they still have a chance of hosting because you got to be a 1 or a 2 seed to be able to do that, and there's still the chance.
Lubbock knows how to show out, and they did tonight, and Coach Mizuraka talked about it too. It's for Lubbock. It's for the city, and everything that they do is reciprocated from the players and back and forth, and you love to see that kind of result happening tonight when that second goal went in and all but sealed the deal. It was electric here, and we hopefully can anticipate that if Lubbock hosts a playoff game.
That'd be awesome. We have our general manager here with us now on the post-game show, Dustin McCorkle. Dustin, a big-time victory tonight, 2-0 in front of the fans on Fan Appreciation Night. It was a big one.
Man, what a run this club has been on, and shout out to the 806 for coming through with our biggest attendance night. We were hoping for something exciting to kick off 4th of July and celebrate our freedom, and man, we started our 4th of July with a bang.
You know, that's what we talked about on the coaches show. We wanted it to be a bang, and this was a big moment for the Lubbock Matadors. 2-0 victory over the Denton Diablos. 5-0 all time against Denton. You know, sometimes you just have a team's number, and the Matadors have had that as they've started the club. But Dustin, just we got to move on now, right? We got a big one on Saturday against West Texas.
Yeah, I think you give the guys tonight to enjoy it, right? Like, we have to savor moments because you never know when your next win may come along. This is a very tough conference. Obviously, we've had a sluggish and terrible road to end this with very, very tough competition. Credit to the guys. I mean, 5 of 6. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, these guys have been putting it all out on the line, and they're working hard to deliver for this crowd and for our city, and I'm really proud of the success that we're having. But we celebrate tonight, and tomorrow it's refocus, rejuvenate, and we've got a very, very tough tumbleweed trophy to go win on Saturday.
Since we're putting the word out right now, do we start telling everybody, hey, let's get some caravans together to head to West Texas FC?
The carpool line has already started to get in line, so yeah, we would love to have everybody come join us down in Midland. We had 250 people come out last year. They got to celebrate on the road winning that trophy in person. It's a special thing that we've created in a very quick time, and I would love to see and hear the Lubbock Matadors come through that broadcast again and see that red smoke flying up. And I know it would mean the world to the guys if everybody joined in and drove that hour and a half down there to go celebrate it.
It'd be awesome to see. It was awesome to see last year, and we'd love to see it again this year. Hey, Dustin, I want to talk about Salama tonight, man. He was big time for the club. You're in safe hands with Adam Salama, and he has to be the signature stag man of the match, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, the saves that came through tonight. I mean, he dealt with some really weird bounces and shots and just made the right decision every single time. And, man, we are used to seeing great goalkeeper play here in Lubbock, Texas, and it's really wonderful. I was the second person I saw on the field to go congratulate and just told him how proud I was of the clean sheet he kept tonight.
You know, Dustin, we talked about it in the booth, probably about 70th minute of the game. You know, some programs are in like college football. They're known as linebacker university. Running back university. Are the Matadors goalkeeper club? Like, are we the club that just produces great goalkeepers?
Man, I would like to think that this club is producing high-level positions in every area of the field. But, yeah, I think tonight was another great performance to showcase that you want to come make a name for yourself, especially in the goalkeeper world. Come to Lubbock, Texas, and play for the Matadors.
Absolutely. I know you probably appreciated seeing all that action out there from Salama.
Oh, yeah. For me, I didn't get to watch too much of the first half. I missed the first goal. Heard it was really great. But, you know, tonight you're playing a tough team that any moment can strike on you and put points up. And for us to go from 1-0 and carry that as far as we did and then say, you know what, like, we're not going to just be satisfied with the one goal and go put another one in to secure it. I mean, that's next level mentality, and that's what you didn't see first couple of games that you're seeing now is the maturity and tenacity of our team.
Yeah, the ruthlessness and never stop fighting for each other. That's what we saw with that 90th minute goal is the way I took about it.
Yeah, I told all of our guys last night at practice, accountability to each other, believe in what we're doing, and go compete.
Well, we're looking – oh, yeah, finish your thought there,
yeah,
Dustin.
Just go compete, and I think we saw tonight everybody was believing in one another and competing for a win.
Well, hopefully they continue to keep believing and keep competing as they are set to hit the road for El Dustico. It's a big one on Saturday.
Thank you, 806, and thank you to our wonderful broadcast team. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, sir, and we want to appreciate all of our fans. It was Fan Appreciation Night presented by Whataburger, and we want to thank all of our amazing sponsors that have helped us do these broadcasts throughout the course of this season. Without their commitment, we could not be here.
Absolutely, and it's such a great thing to see this whole community come together, and especially on a victory like this, heading into the playoffs. Hey, let's host another one.
Yeah, well, we got to take care of business first. West Texas FC on Saturday. We'll make sure you want your face in the place. Go root on the Matadors, just 90 miles away. You want to be there for that. That's going to do it for our regular season, though. For John Bocanegra, I'm Devin Ward, and the entire Lubbock ICTV crew, we thank you for watching tonight. This was a great broadcast, and we couldn't have done it without everybody here. And so we want to thank you for tuning in all season long, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you for some playoff action here at Lowry Field. Knock on some wood. Hopefully the Matadors keep taking care of business. We'll see you soon, and as always, go Matadors.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment.
Hey, Mom.
Mazda.
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 The Mazda CX-5. It's made to move you.
Take advantage of this exceptional offer at Mears Mazda.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A-game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
Why do we grow? We do it for family. We do it for friends. We do it for new homes. We do it for a brighter future. We grow for you. We are Alliance Credit Union, and we grow for people, not profit.
Road and Track calls Mazda a unique blend of quality, reliability, and style. But what we'd really like to know is, what will you say?